Hello, everyone, and welcome back. It's been a while, but we are back to continue the Fellowships of Fools campaign. I believe this will be episode 17, if my memory serves. It has been a while, so I'm your lovely DM, Uncle Choke, and I'm joined by Denspog, Noah Wiseman, Red Riding Hood, and Melon Lord.
Oh,
Hello, the Lord of Melons.
Last we left off, our heroes were able to subdue the Briar Witch and put an end to her plot. Somehow they were able to do it without killing her, which, if you remember this party's back stories and their history with combat, they don't leave many alive. So
that's the word.
One in particular doesn't.
How
I'm gonna toss
does
that
he
blame
say
on
your
one
ass?
particular.
So, after which, the boss returned from his adventure with the mistress to seek out the many clones that the Briar Witch had brewing, and they were able to destroy all of them. He at first wanted the Briar Witch to be immediately executed, so that way he may obtain some sort of artifact that she has hidden within her person. But, thanks to the talking down of Kirkus, the boss relented and agreed that she would be brought back to Omathas, where she would be imprisoned. As this happened, the Spirit King, the Fey Guardian of the Forest, whom which Delphine worships, thanked our brave heroes for their efforts in saving him, and bestowed upon Delphine a very peculiar item known as the Spirit King's Crown. And with that, he took his leave, and that is where we left off. So, with all that said, adventures. You stand in the ruined temple of the Spirit King. You see traces of his fey-like form still linger within the air in the form of ethereal feathers. And as everyone stands around, you suddenly hear an unfamiliar voice call out to you. Heroes!
Who's
Thanks.
there?
As you respond, you look up and you see two figures floating down towards you.
I roll for like a an investigation just to see if I can identify them.
Well, hang on, if I can pull up my thing, you'll get a very good idea of what they look like. The first figure appears to be walking on air as he descends his way towards you. The first thing you notice is that he is almost completely hairless, and his mouth is not to be seen. The second figure sprouts a pair of large eagle-like wings and descends alongside his companion. He wields a very elegant-looking crossbow. And as they both land, they look around at the situation. You see the darker-skinned individual turns towards the boss. Ah, I see everything was handled well then. I guess my help wasn't needed after all. The boss nods at him. Yes, we had it all taken care of. Although, if you ask me, this was your problem to deal with in the first place. And the fact that you were so busy doing God know what doesn't speak highly of your stature, now does it? The figure looks down to the ground a bit disappointedly. I do sincerely apologize. This was my charge, and I failed in that endeavor. He then looks at your group for the first time. Ah, so, you are the famed Fellowship of Fools that Raleigh spoke so highly of.
Rally?
Raleigh, I assumed you know the Queen of Omathas?
Yes.
Indeed.
I think that's the first time we've heard that name.
Not quite the first, but it's been a while since we addressed it. Or at least on a first-name basis.
I understand. Well, you have done a grave service to not only Omathas, but the world at large. I've been hunting down the creature that looms in the darkness for a while now, and never before has one of its acolytes been captured, so that speaks highly of your skill indeed.
Never. You mean this creature's influence has sprouted before? And if so, is it on this scale?
I'm afraid not. In terms of scale, well, Miss Epine here is probably the most formidable of the acolytes I've seen so far. She's managed to elude my gaze and my allies here, but somehow you were able to pull through, and for that you have my admiration.
We'll also be receiving some type of reward, yes?
He kind of scoffs a bit. Well, if you were, that would be up to Raleigh herself.
And would you be able to take us to her, or are you just here for introduction?
Well, that is part of why I'm here, yes, but my apologies. I realize you might not know who I am yet. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Trogan. I am the Archangel of the Forest.
The forest? What does
This forest.
As of every forest in Ayama.
And is it your job to defend these forests?
Indeed. Part of why I'm so late is because there are many evildoers who wish to corrupt the greens of this world, and it's hard to be everywhere in one place.
Makes sense.
So, you're a defender of the forest, but also act as a mercenary.
Not quite. I am an archangel. I was once the royal guard, as you would call it, of the god of the green, or the earth. But since the divine departure, I have remained here on Ayama to safeguard its people and the green.
Ah, I see.
So what? Are you similar to a Drudad of some sort, or are you higher ranking?
I suppose you could call me a demigod, but Archangel is a better turn. Although I'm not the first Archangel you've met, so I doubt this is too much surprising.
What others have we met?
He kind of,
The Queen.
yeah, he kind of smirks at you when you say that. I assumed you realized the Queen herself was an Archangel.
I don't really focus on the race of beings, just if I can punch them or not. Reason this.
I see. And, what are your names, if I may ask?
Workers matter and entity. Charmed.
Tobias. Tobias gives us a slight nod.
I am Delphine Silverwing, and I completely bow down.
And I am Deke.
Well, Delphine, I've heard quite a lot about you from the Spirit King. At times he certainly won't shut up about it, that's for sure, but it is nice to finally meet in
Sorry.
person. Anyway, oh, I apologize. This is another Archangel. This is the Archangel of Wind, known as Abaddon. You look at the figure, and as he looks at you, you feel a slight breeze blow by your head. And as you do, you hear ever faint whispers of a voice. Greetings.
Can we see this individual?
He is standing
Yeah,
right
we're
next to
looking at
him.
him.
Can I also do an investigation check just for scent?
Yeah, that'd be perception. You can roll
Or
perception.
perception?
Did he smell funny?
Why do you want to smell him?
Just doing actions that I think could make us more secure in these identities. 20.
20. Smelling the air, you just smell the lush forest area that surrounds the temple. You do smell a bit of decay from the undead that have riddled the area, but it seems to be slowly wafting out of the forest area.
Alright. No scent.
From them, there's no real particular scent. The darker skinned individual, Trogan, smells a bit more like pine wood, and the wind individual doesn't have any scent at all. You do have an ability to detect certain types of creatures if you want to use that.
Yeah.
Okay, you want to pull it up and read it off.
Is it an action? Because I've never seen.
Really in combat.
I believe so. And yeah, we're not in combat, so it wouldn't really matter.
Unless you're looking to fight them.
No. I don't have a thing like that.
You don't have a spell called Detect Evil?
No.
I think I do.
If you guys want to, you can.
No. I highly doubt it.
Yeah, I think it's a little too early to gauge that.
Just to assess them?
No.
I think Deke's kind of paranoid.
Alright, never mind.
Alright.
The way I don't have I don't have protection on evil.
Understood. Well, as Abaddon looks towards you guys, you all feel this soft breeze blow past you. I apologize if my means of communication are uncomfortable for some.
No, not at all. It isn't the strangest thing we've seen today.
Sure, it'll be the strangest thing we've seen in our entire lives.
Well, of that, I hold no doubt. Well, Trogan, shall we be off then? The Queen awaits. Yes, I think we can leave. If you guys have any other business to take care of in the village, then you should do so now. For Raleigh can be quite impatient about these matters.
Well then, I guess it's best we don't keep her waiting then.
Are you sure you don't want to stop at the village for anything?
No.
I would just at least like to see a quick scan of the village. Just to see if there was anything they have passed or left behind.
Well then,
We'll make our business here swift.
I will wait here with our friends, and then I'm gonna take a quick sit and probably a smoke.
Very well. Abaddon, could you accompany them? I will remain here. Of course, brother. Well, those who wish to travel to the village, gather around me. I can get us there quickly.
I'll be going.
Before I leave. I have to go see it before I leave. You know, it's my home.
Alright, so Delphine and Kirkus and Deke, y'all are going?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. So,
Before we head out, Quirkus is gonna throw a glance to find how she.
looking at her face, you see streaks of her eye makeup going down. You see her not making any eye contact with anybody, just head down, and you still see tears dropping on the floor. And she's just quietly sobbing to herself.
Quirkus is gonna give a soft inhale, but trust that the situation is taken care of. Doubt that this is the last they'll see of her, but somewhere along the line, they want to speak with her. And with that, he follows the group.
As you guys gather around Abaddon, you see the boss look towards Jareth. Well, Jareth, I need to speak to you at the hideout, if you'll accompany me. He nods. Of course, boss. One moment before we leave. You see him rush towards Delphine. Hey, listen, I'm glad we all made it out safe, and I'm glad you're okay.
I just give him a hug.
Okay, as you do, you can see his face begins to glow bright red, and he's kind of apprehensive about the hug, and then he slowly just puts his arms around you.
Tobias will look on this and kind of chuckles.
Be safe on your way back, okay?
Of course, yeah. You know, I'm a part of Amber Crow and all that. Nothing can stop me. I'm just too strong. He then,
Alright, I'll see you soon.
of course, bye. He then runs back to the boss, and as he runs back, the boss grabs his wrist. And as soon as he grabs his wrist, there's a flash of this golden black light, and they disappear. And with that, Abaddon walks up to you guys. Very well, to the village it is. He slams his staff on the ground, and as he does, you see this torrent of wind begin to envelop all of you guys. And as it envelops you, you feel the air in your lungs just get pulled out violently. And as you feel like you're about to, as the pain begins to set in, suddenly the wind dissipates around you, and you guys are back in the center of the village by Delphine's house.
Back home already. Oh wow.
Pretty thinking there's no way to travel. Someone got out of it.
He looks at you, and the wind brushes past once more. Apologies, I'm used to traveling alone, or with other archangels.
No,
First. You gonna make it, Corcus?
yeah, just a little wind storm is all.
Okay. Cause at that, cause we're at home, my house, like I, possibly met. If you need something,
As you guys arrive, you see around you there's a bunch of undead corpses lying around the town. You see... Pull up the image. I forgot I had it. You see burning a couple corpses in the center of town. Maurice. You see
Big boy Maurice.
you see Samba. Bruh, I think I accidentally deleted Nala.
No, my bestie!
Oh, well, Nala's there too, but these are the main two you see.
She's somewhere.
She's somewhere in there. You guys, as you arrive, they look back at you, and you see Maurice give a warm smile and make his way towards you. Ah, friends, you're all okay. Well, I would hope. Is Tobias alright?
Yeah,
Yeah, he's alright.
it's hard to stay back and get a breather.
Oh, I see. Well, we are just cleaning up the village before, well, it's habitable for any surviving villagers.
I'm glad to see that you are all safe. And did you happen to cross any spotters lately?
Apparently, down the road in a nearby cave, they were keeping some alive. One of the villagers told me that they were weeding out the strong from the weak, and they were going to turn those who were worthy enough into undead thralls for the witch.
Thank goodness there were others found at least.
Indeed.
To get these boys burning beyond proper burial.
Unfortunately, it is too risky to allow them to be dug in the ground when all it would take is a simple necromancer to bring them back to wreak havoc on the town.
Understandable.
I am
The
sorry.
spirit keeping me out of mission for so long to take it the time to strike and
I'm sure once the Spirit King is at full strength, he'll be able to ward off any necromancy. But until then, we cannot let any corpses remain.
Linger.
Well, except for one. See, as he says this, you look past the burning pile of corpses, and you see one particular corpse that is laying flat on the ground. It appears to be has been well taken care of. You see the body and the severed head of your former ally Kirkus, General Nook. You see the head has been laid flat next to the stump, and his body has been cleaned up. The viscera was blown away.
Marcus is going to take a shaky breath and kneel beside his once stalwart comrade.
And he just puts his hand on Marcus's shoulder and just walks off.
You don't need to walk away. I appreciate it.
Are you sure you don't want to say your last respects alone?
No. I
And I'm
fear,
here.
I think it would be better to live in the company of others.
He comes back and then puts his hands together in his form of prayer and puts his head down.
So his last moments alone. I figure it would be better if we sent him off with at least more than one other multiple to remember him.
Of course.
Understandable.
As you
will
say
always
this,
be for our allies.
as you say this, you see coming out of one of the buildings the Mistress Satar walking towards you guys holding a tome. I see you all made it out safe.
Yes.
And another survived. Not to see that you were safe as well.
And we may have survived, but we'll never forget the allies we lost. And he looks down and offers another prayer.
Yes, allies we lost and all that. Now if you'll excuse me, she walks up to the corpse of Nuck. She grabs his head and then slides it closer to the stump. And as she does, she places her hand on the neck wound and she holds it there for a moment. As you do, you see blood from her hand begin to pour out around the neck wound. And as it does, you see it begins to glow a bright golden light. And when she removes her hand, the head is completely attached.
Is he awake?
Here. Nuck is still not moving.
I don't think so.
He's gonna wince a little at the uncanny magics for him.
Yeah, Dee kind of looks over at Corpus and kind of offers a questioning look as to the action she just took.
She gives out a sigh and she pulls out her hand and you see a deep scar across her palm. Well, that's one part I could do. If you'd like, I could try to bring him back.
It's up to you, Corcus.
Bringing him back.
Of course, resurrection magic is highly forbidden in these lands, as some people deserve to stay dead. If you say he was an ally of yours, then I would have no problem bringing him back. My only concern is that this influence that the Briar Witch has put him upon would remain even after we bring him back.
I will leave it to you, Corpus, but I believe he's had a warrior's death, and he is somewhere better now.
I agree with that statement. I also fear for the pivotal. Or if Maurice's words are to be believed, I fear for the potential influence that the curse would have on his body.
I'd rather remember our ally as he was than what he could be.
Behind you guys hear Maurice kind of gasp. Are you serious? You have a chance to bring back your ally and you're not taking it?
At the potential opportunity of him losing his sense of self, and then us having to maybe strike him down, I would
And
not
also
want to
cast a spell to help him fight back. I can do that if needed.
We do have curse warding spells, and her influence would be minimized now that she's not actively controlling it.
I will leave it up to you, Corvus.
I'm rolling for it. High for res.
Alright.
Alright, that's above 10.
Yeah, you rolled a 12 for everyone at home. So, you resin him?
We're doing it.
Yep, Corvus is going to, after a moment of thought, he's going to give a solemn nod. Your words have changed. I wish to see my ally once again.
Deke turns away from the body.
The mistress looks at you and gives a smile. A wise choice. We could always use more allies in this world. Maurice, if you would. Of course, ma'am. You see him pull out this large diamond and hand it to the mistress. You see her looking at the wound on her palm. She takes it. Well, this is going to hurt. You see her begin to slowly shove the diamond into her wound and turn and twist. You see her grunt in pain. Damn, this always hurts more and more. See, as she begins to push it in, you see it begin to poke out the back of her hand.
This is gonna kind of winsome away at that. Just trying not to stare so much.
How do you feel like if I have to resurrect you guys?
You see, as she shoves it into her palm, she lets go of the diamond and it's firmly embedded into her hand. She then goes up to General Nook and places her hand on his face. Alright, old soldier, your deed is not done just yet. You see the diamond begin to glow with this bright white light and pulse. And as it does, I have to roll.
Rolling.
I'll roll to myself. Just to keep it suspenseful.
I didn't keep your secrets.
I didn't keep your secrets.
Okay. With that, as the light begins to pulse more and more, you see the diamond begin to disintegrate in her palm. And as enough of it does, you see the wound in her hand begin to bleed out. few moments pass, and the diamond is completely gone. Just all that's left is a gaping wound in her hand. You see the light fades from General Nuck. See her pull out a cloth and begin to wrap her hand. Well, my job is complete. I leave the rest to you guys. She turns around and see there's a flash of golden black light as she vanishes into nothingness.
Is this always the process for resurrection?
Maurice looks at you. Everyone's methods to their magic is different. Resurrection, the main quality of it is you require a pretty expensive diamond. But how you implement that diamond in the ritual is different for everybody. My mistress's magic is based a lot in her blood.
Some sort of chemomancy?
In a sense, yes. It not only allows her to heal grievous injuries, but she's also been able to expand her psyche beyond any mortal limits.
Interesting. Where one would get such an influence to use their own blood for magics.
Yes.
Love.
Love?
Love for, like, you know? You'll do anything. Anything. Even give your own life.
Well,
Imagine that.
sure, I suppose love is one answer. You could always ask Deke, considering he also does a similar type of magic.
Him is probably survival.
I wasn't sure if these techniques were of a magic or a particular fighting style, or even a whole part of him as a whole.
Well,
It is due to my faith in my God. He's granted me these powers to hunt down the evil in this world.
Ah, I see.
anyway, I suppose we should move your friend back to the hideout to await his awakening.
That would be for the best, yes.
Alright, I will take him myself then. I believe you have business with the Queen.
Aye, we do.
Very well.
Deke.
Yes?
Oh, first of all, sure, yes, this is, Nugg's hammer still. Where did it go?
You can roll investigation to try and find it. It is not.
Weird.
It is not in your eyesight at the moment.
Investigation is this one. That's pretty decent, but
18. So with an 18, you look around and you look to the spot where he was last, and it's not there. And you see a trail, a dirt trail that leads outside of the village. You begin to follow it a bit until you come across a familiar individual, a small cobalt male
oh my gosh, I knew it.
who is dragging away a hammer. Son of a bitch.
Always a slave to the silver. Hey, stop.
You see him jump up for a second. Ah, shit! Fuck! I know I should have just teleported out of here. God damn it. So,
Where did you get all this from?
the hammer? I just saw it lying there, and I figured, it'd make a pretty penny.
What, just a free, perfectly pristine hammer on the ground, you take it?
It's called the spoils of war, jackass.
I mean, honestly, my village, we have this thing called finders keepers.
Yeah, that too. It's pretty much the same gist.
So, I mean, I get it.
Well, if you can get it out of here, too.
I think our potentially resurrected ally would want his hammer back. It's big.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's also a point.
Yeah, whatever. Here. You see him. He tries to throw it at you, but he's just able to push the handle off his shoulder. Now I'm gonna go take a shit. I'll meet you guys back at the fucking hideout.
Pay for effort.
Your contribution is greatly appreciated.
Yeah, go fuck yourself. Snom walks into the
We need
forest.
help carrying this.
You can carry it.
You don't. I can carry it. He goes up and picks up the hammer. Do I need to roll for strength?
With your strength, no. You just grab it with one hand and put it over your shoulder. As you grab it, you feel the weight is impeccable in the swing. You swing around a couple times and you realize, you understand how Nuck was able to win so many battles with this. It is quite a pristine hammer indeed.
Deke starts to walk back over towards Quirkus and says, "Are we all set to head back?"
My main concerns have been addressed. Survivors, and their people left cleaning up messes. Though I do wish I could say that to help cleaning myself, I'm afraid that we are needed. Urgent.
You're right. Let's go to the Queen.
I'm gonna have a conversation with Sada real quick before I go.
Very well.
I guess Deacon and I will reconvene with Tobias. Wait for her.
I will wait for you guys later.
Okay.
I'll be over there later.
So the two of you, Kirkus and Deke, regroup with Abaddon, and you, Delphine, go to Samba. He looks at you. You see him beginning to push some of the charred corpses into a hole that he dug out. Oh, Delphine, you're alright. He walks up to you and gives you a big hug.
Head back. Of course. It's very affectionate in this village. Yes, I'm okay. I'm perfectly fine. How's Nala? How are you two doing?
Nala is okay. Wait. Didn't she go to the temple with you?
Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. It's just been a lot. How are you doing?
Well, I suppose I'm a bit better now that the Amber Crow assisted us in finding survivors of this ordeal.
That's great. That's super great. But
Well, were you able to find your parents?
yes, they're resting at the temple right now. I do believe so. I think they should be heading back here soon.
Oh, I understand. Well,
But they're okay. They're fine.
that's good.
It's really nice seeing them again. I'm going to help out the village by sending word and workers to help rebuild.
Very
Give
well.
people homes as well so we can rebuild our population.
He puts his hand on your shoulder. Delphine, I believe you might have outgrown this village. Don't get me wrong, we will always love you and welcome your company, but after you came back and saved us, I've realized you are doing much more important things. You're becoming much better than all of us. I would hate for your attention to be solely to that of the village, which is why I would request that you leave the rebuilding of this village to me. As the chief, it is my duty. After all,
As a citizen, I'm also supposed to help.
Of course, and you're welcome to help if you want. I would hate to see you spend your life in the safety of this village instead of braving the ventures of the world at large.
Oh, I'm still gonna do that. But I also have to have a place to come home to.
I suppose so. No matter where you go, Ayama, no, Drudad will be grateful to have you.
It's my home. I want to protect it as much as you do. I want to help to rebuild it.
Of
But
course.
whatever spoils that I receive, which I'm gonna present him some coin. What I mean by some, pretty much most of it.
How much is that?
5,000 gold,
Okay.
because I have so much.
You pull out a satchel and you drop it on the ground. It's hefty indeed. He kind of looks at you, surprised. Well, I suppose the adventuring work does pay well.
It does. And again, you need the money to rebuild it. And we lost most of our people, so it's gonna take us a hot minute, a while to rebuild. So I felt like this should be a good start.
Words enough do not express my gratitude, Delphine Silverwind.
And I'll be sending messages, messenger birds, see how it's going so far.
Of course. We would appreciate that. Well, it won't take me too long to get rid of the rest of these bodies, so please, go be free. Go live your life.
I will.
As you say this, you see coming out of the same building, you see Seitara walking out. The same building that, Nala. Nala walking out. The same building that Seitara came out. Delphine, you're back.
Hi.
Oh,
How are you doing?
I'm doing well. I apologize I couldn't accompany you to the temple. I just had to make sure that my father was alright.
It's understandable.
Well, I guess you're gonna be heading off then?
Yes. Expect letters, because I'm sending them.
Oh, of course, I'll be waiting for them. The village is going to miss you.
So, I'll come back every once in a while. Not for too long, though.
Yes, I hope so.
I give her a quick hug and head off.
Yep. Alright. Well, safe journeys.
I will.
Okay, you regroup back with Deacon Kirkus.
Yay! I know.
Very well. Abaddon approaches you guys.
Are we all waiting to set out?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Abaddon walks up. and you feel the wind brush by once more. Um, if I may, it might aid if you hold your breath for a moment.
Oh, yes. And he immediately just covers his mouth.
As you do, the familiar rush of wind blows past you guys, and in an instant, you guys are back at the temple. As you arrive at the temple, you see Trogan, Tobias, Maria, Stoic, and the Briar Witch waiting eagerly for you to return.
We are ready to head to the Queen.
Very well. Trogan nods. Very well. I guess we'll be off then.
Tobias, we're setting off.
About time.
That's rude.
I'll say...
We'll dump out the rest of the ash and put away his pipe.
Deke
Mm-hmm.
and... We'll say Deke. Roll a perception check. With advantage.
Passive. Wise.
Wisdom. Just roll wisdom.
No, so you
With
wouldn't let me do it, huh?
If your wisdom's high, you can do it.
Oh, it's pretty high.
Just roll straight.
What do you mean?
For Delphine, roll 1. You can roll again.
No.
Not gonna work.
For 8. Okay. Does anyone else have high wisdom? I don't think
Is
so.
that better?
That works. 19. So with that, as you guys gather around Abaddon, prepared to make your leave, as the wind begins to build up, you see, walking out the exit of the temple, you see Nala. And as you look at her, you make eye contact. You see the form of Nala begin to change and switch into a familiar vampire rogue. And as you look at him, he gives a nod, and the wind begins to block your vision, and you guys are vanished away.
Slippery bastard. Deek fucking grinding his teeth.
Delphine was the only one that saw it.
Yeah,
So I
unfortunately.
forgot to mention I had a +8 perception.
Oof.
Because my, right tap dog.
Oh, well, that would have helped. Alright, and we are back. You guys arrive in the middle of a busy city street in Omathas.
I hate the city.
It's been quite some time since we stepped in here.
Still, I hate the city. Too rambunctious. Too much going on.
Well, knowing our luck, I'm sure our time here will be decently paced before we're set off on
More or less short. So let's quickly make our way over there to the palace.
and hopefully grab a steamed meal and nap afterwards.
I agree, but that sounds great.
You guys hear a booming voice behind you. A familiar voice. Indeed, you've earned it after all. Champions, slayers of the Briar Witch. You turn around
Whipping around.
and you see the familiar form of Colder Marcello.
Marcello!
Ah, my friends. I am glad to see you back within the walls.
Swift warm welcome and pleasure to see you too.
Indeed. Well, you were to be expected after all, and I'm here to bring you to the entrance gate of the castle.
Beautiful.
So,
Generously escort.
of course. And you see his voice drops and his jaw opens as he looks at Abaddon and Trogan. Archangels of wind and green. I was not expecting your company. You see him bow down. They both put their hands up. It is alright. No need for formalities. We are just visiting. Of course, lords. Well, right this way, please. You see, as he says this, he then makes eye contact with Epine. What? The witch! You see him pull out a large axe. She is still alive, I see. Well, I guess you brought her back.
She's harmless.
It's okay. Putting her on trial. Chill. It's okay.
Trial.
She's bound.
Not really a trial, as all her crimes are
Not much of an execution.
Not really even that either. We're just probably gonna be escorting her to a prison.
We will see. But right now, I am right. And it's trial.
Well,
I said sitting here waving my hands around, but chill.
he then sheaths his great axe. Well, I guess I don't get paid enough to know these certain things. Just to know when you're coming. Well, if you'll follow me back to the Gold Watch outpost, we can get things sorted out.
Indeed. Rest assured that she will be in very close contact.
Alright, then let's get this over with quickly then. You guys then make your way to the Gold Watch outpost, and through secret chambers in Calder's office, you arrive at a portal gate. As you step through, you feel a rush of wind as you are suddenly transported into the castle. You arrive at the familiar throne room of the Queen Raleigh. There you see the familiar lineup of royal guards that line the carpet that leads to her throne. And by her side you see her royal guards, whom you've met before. There's her.
Gotta find all the action figures.
Yep, there's a lot to sort through. You see Zalus.
While you're looking for them, I'm having a conversation with Cole real quick. So, how did you ever get that new desk? I remember.
There we go.
I'm assuming he's still with us.
Oh yeah, he looks at you. Yeah, it'll be taken care of soon, I hope. But I figured I'd worry less about that and more about protecting the city from the army of undead that swarmed by.
Alright, fair enough.
But anyway, that's for another time. Please, go talk to the queen. He begins to nudge you guys forward, and as he does, you see him stand back, kind of nervously, and just looking at everyone.
Porcus is going to approach and feel respect.
As you approach, you see the guards begin to salute you guys and raise their spears up in the air. As you approach,
Right, we have returned good news.
she looks to you, and she gives a warm smile. She then looks past you and then looks at her two brothers, Abaddon and Drogon. Well, I certainly wasn't expecting this level of escort for you. My brothers, what brings you to the city? They both give a warm smile to her. Well, except for Abaddon. It's good to see you in good health, sister. We merely heard of the troubles you were having with this witch, and we figured we'd lend a hand. Ah, I see. So just a favor then? Well, you have my gratitude either way. Of course, sister. Now with our duties complete, we must return back to our respective nations. Safe travels. They both begin to walk back towards the portal. And as they leave, Raleigh then turns her attention back towards you guys. Ah, brave heroes. I've heard that you've succeeded on your mission to capture the Briar Witch.
Indeed,
Rough.
we were able to capture her. We did not execute. I insisted that we bring her in. Of course, she posed no threat after we had taken away the source of her power.
I understand. Well, there are not many adventurers who would offer mercy to one such as her, so that speaks highly of your character, Kirkus.
I just hope that my faith in others has been, or my faith in my own actions has been expressed.
Well, I suppose only time will tell. Now, if you would present her before me.
Can I investigate the queen's face right now? Just see what her face looks like.
Face.
It's a face. I guess you can roll insight to try and figure out more.
Are you trying to figure out features or what she's thinking?
What she's thinking.
That would be
Oh, yeah.
insight in 10. Unfortunately, in her higher stature, it's hard to read exactly what an archangel could be thinking about. So, fortunately, it comes up short there. But
Staring very hard, trying to read her mind.
Careful not to pop a blood vessel.
Don't be able to think too hard. We don't want you passing out.
you guys see Commander Zion begin to walk towards you guys. And he walks up to the Briar Witch and grabs her by the throat, or the back of the neck, and pulls her in front of the Queen's throne.
Is that like a little bit like very humane? A way to handle it?
He kind of looks over his shoulder at you and then scoffs and then looks back towards the
Deke.
Queen.
Deke kind of nudges Belfian from behind. I understand you people have been suffering due to this woman, but she has hurt hundreds of thousands of people. How do you expect her to be treated?
Right.
His eyes just gonna twitch, but he understood that he's just kind of watching it. Reluctantly.
You see the Queen, her warm expression begins to harden to a very somewhat sinister scowl as she looks down at you, Pine. Wicked witch, you have claimed the lives of countless innocents. What say you in defense of your actions? You see Pine expressionless, just looking at the ground. I deserve whatever fate you have for me. Be on with it so that way I may return to the soil which I deserve. The queen. You see her begin to stand up and walk towards Pine. You see her put her fingers on Epine's chin and force her to look at her. Surely you have more to say than this, witch. Have you come so far just to give up so easily? Epine trying her best not to look at her, but the queen just every time forces her face to look towards her. You've probably waited a while for this moment, haven't you, Queen? Well, I will not give you the satisfaction you desire, so go ahead and be done with it.
His eyes are gonna widen.
The queen, you see the anger begin to build up in her. You see behind her, this bright light begins to slowly bloom to life. You see the light begins to take form behind her back into these two massive angelic wings.
There it is.
You pine. I should see you burn on the surface of the sun myself. But for some reason, the heroes whom I've come to trust believe that you deserved life despite your crimes. Surely you have something to say to that. You see Pine remains silent and just looks towards the ground. You see the queen darts a glance towards you, Kyrkis, and locks eye contact with you.
He looks back at her. Who's this lady?
The queen then looks back at Epine. You see her take a deep breath and sigh. And you see the wings once more fade into nothingness, and the light fades. Epine McFell, for your crimes against humanity, you will live out the rest of your days in the dungeon. Let no light ever reach your eyes once again. You see Calder lift her up by the back of the neck. You see Epine begins to struggle a bit, and with one fell slam on the ground, he slams her head into the ground with a loud echoing smash. You see a crater begin to form where he's pressing her head into the ground.
Deke takes 2 steps forward and uncrosses his arms.
As you do, you see the two other royal guards look towards you, and you feel this pulse of sinister energy blow past you as they look towards you.
I say, is this the behavior that suits a queen?
Tobias will quickly peep up. Deke, shut it.
If you believe this is how you should act, by all means, but we already know she's guilty. She's going to rot forever. Why make an example out of her in front of us who decided to spare her life?
The queen looks at you for a moment, and then looks towards Commander Zion. Zion, that's enough. You see him look up at the queen, and then let her go. And as you look towards Epine, you see a pool of blood begin to eke out of the crater from where he slammed her. You see her unmoving, unconscious. Very well, Your Highness. I shall take her to the dungeon myself. He grabs her by the foot and begins to drag her.
My queen, if I may interject once more.
You see the commander look towards you. Yeah, and he's dragging her as he's walking towards you. And the queen looks at you as well.
Deke looks down at Epine and he starts to like furrow his brow and hold his fist.
The queen
I
looks at you.
believe that someone else should escort her to the dungeon, my queen.
You see,
She is submissive. She will not resist.
the commander speaks up. Yes, she won't resist. She's already witnessed what'll happen if she tries anything. Now, unless you wish to lose your tongue, pig, I suggest you get out of my way.
You must feel like a big man beating on a helpless woman. Not that she's innocent, but the fact that she's not even resisting, you take it upon yourself to act in such a manner in front of your queen.
You see him drop her by the leg and she falls down. He then stands directly in front of you. He's a bit taller than you, so he's looking down at you. So, would I be a bigger man if I beat it on you then?
I think the biggest man in this situation would simply walk away. And Deke goes to turn around.
You see, as you turn around, everyone else sees him begin to raise his hand. And as he does, the queen yells, "Enough, Commander!"
He kind of does a side glance back to the queen.
Marcus is going to walk over side, just resting on his shoulder. The expression that says, "There's a time and place for everything." But
He kind of knocks his hand off his shoulder and then just sits there silently, arms crossed again.
Tobias pinching his nose in annoyance.
You see the commander look back at his queen, and then he kneels down. My apologies. My emotions got the better of me. Rest assured she will make it to the dungeon, mostly unharmed. She kind of gives him a look. Zalus, would you mind accompanying him? Zalus looks at her. Of course, my queen. He then walks aside the commander, and they both exit the chambers. You see the queen take a deep sigh and then sit back down in her throne.
Marcus is also gonna let out an exhale as tension seems to drop lower.
I need to smoke.
You just smoked, Tobias.
As Zion and Zalus exit, you see coming through the portal one of the other royal guards enter and walk past you guys. My queen, we have finished disposing of the rest of the undead outside. Very good, Rosanna. I apologize, adventurers.
You only live outside.
Yes. While we sent you to deal with the queen herself, she appears to have sent a rather large army of undead to assail the castle. But thanks to the efforts of the royal guards, some of the Amber Crow, and the order that resides underneath Omathas, we were able to drive them out quite easily.
We're on two fronts, I see. She gained from all this.
I suspect it was nothing more than chaos for whatever patron she served.
Well, she focused on the power of resurrection, perhaps. There was someone long gone. She said she lived for thousands of years, perhaps. No, willing to sacrifice everything for her to bring back.
I suppose that is a possibility. In any case, we will be interrogating her once she's in better condition.
If they be permitted, be it during those interrogations or perhaps another time. Just seems fun.
The thought already crossed my mind, Kirkus. I was going to suggest that you accompany Zalus in this interrogation.
Be an honor. Mission will resolve. Still have questions that I have to ask.
You have my gratitude. In any case, Rosona, about the other matter. She nods. Yes, of course. They should be on their way in a moment. Very well. Adventurers. I've come to realize that you might not know everything there is to know about Omathas. Earlier before I mentioned a group known as the Order who assisted in dealing with the undead.
Curious about that too.
Well, this order works in the same district that the Platinum Watch work, which is to say they work the underground district of Omathas. This order has long since been allied with the city for a while now, and they tend to, while to be stubborn at some times, they do come around and help us whenever the city's in danger, like it was.
Any questions? Perhaps maybe it's they are.
Yes, as a matter of fact, here they are now. She looks towards the portal, and out of the portal, you see two individuals arrive. One individual is an older woman who is wearing this darker black armor, accompanied by... Oh, she's a little too tall.
A little.
Accompanied by a knight in full dark black and gold armor. You see him he wields a very cruel and unique looking mace and shield. Ah. Good. Adventurers. These are members of the Order. This is Madame Celestine, and this is the esteemed leader of this organization. His name is Sol. You see
How
the
do
woman.
you do?
The woman speaks up. It is an honor to meet you, adventurers.
And honor to like as well.
Soul, don't be rude.
A little bit of skepticism.
Soul, don't be rude. You see Celestine kind of nudge Soul on the shoulder.
Hi, Soul.
You see the figure just remains silent, not saying anything. Well,
Guess he doesn't talk much.
I guess not. Well, we did just get through cleaning up a bunch of undead trash, so he might be a bit winded.
Understandable.
The queen speaks up. Well, anyway, I just thought you might want to meet some of the individuals who safeguard the city. In any case, I had a special proposal for you.
And what might that be?
But before that, I figured I should probably reward you for your efforts against the Briar Witch. So, Rossona, if you wouldn't mind. Of course, my queen. You see Rossona opens up her hands, and you see this deep crimson, red, and black void begin to form. And as it does, you see something fall out of a large chest. This is for you, adventurers.
Then go ahead and flip that open.
Okay.
Actually, I think it would be better if we held off. I keep it suspense.
Very well. So you do not open the chest then, I guess?
No, Deke agrees with Brooks' decision.
Oh, that was me out of character.
Oh,
Yeah, that was me. Opening the chest. Because in character would approach it. And thank. This is a generous donation. Reward. Very appreciative. I'm sure the rest of our team is very appreciative as well.
Well-
I agree, I am super appreciative.
If you wish for it to remain closed, then I cannot argue with you.
So much as we can open it later.
Like,
Trust
my inner child is kicking in and saying, what's in the box? I wonder what's in the box.
If you want to know what's in the box, Marcus will not stop. You just trust the process.
Very well.
I'm just curious to the box. I open the box. What's in the
Okay,
box?
Delphine, unable to fight her urges, quickly runs up to the box and just rips it open. And as she flings the lid open, you see a few platinum pieces begin to spill out. And as you look in, you see it's filled to the brim with platinum. In total, you'll find roughly 20,000 platinum in the chest.
Hey, think back. And Tobias, come here. Bring your bag of holding. I definitely need a hand for this. We're gonna shove it.
Generous indeed.
You see Rossona speak up. Actually, that's just one part of the gift. You see her reach into the void once more and pull out 4 familiar-looking bags. I had custom-made bags of holding for each of you. Here you are.
Bag of
Oh
holding.
my gosh. Did you need inventory space?
Yeah, 'cause I've been over cucumbered for a while.
it over cucumber from now on.
That's what Skyrim puts it as. Probably says a different word, but that's how I pronounce it, okay?
Over encumbered.
Encumbered.
So Quirkus will generously take his valuable holding. And so I guess we're all adding ours.
You can if you want. There's 20,000 platinum, so you don't have to divide it right now.
So for each of us, that would be 5,000.
Yes.
Okay.
You can each take 5,000 platinum.
But first, I add this bag of holding.
As this is all happening, Tobias, you suddenly hear an unfamiliar voice in your head. Tobias Graves. Do not look alarmed. I am one of the royal guards. I'm standing next to the queen. I must speak with you in private, if you wouldn't mind.
Alright. He's
Please.
gonna raise a brow, very skeptical.
Please
Did you
make
say something, Tobias?
No. I'm gonna go take a walk.
Already? But we have all this gold. Or,
I've already taken my share. And he's gonna approach the guard, I guess.
As you begin to walk towards the guard, you hear the voice louder. Do not approach me, idiot. Make your way outside of the portal. I will meet you there.
Are you idiots?
He-
Guys.
He walks out of the portal, or walks towards the portal, and I guess to the other side.
Alright, you guys
just
see.
gonna watch that. A brow as he's slowly just working through dimming the bottom.
See, without much word, Tobias takes his share and makes his way out. You see one of the royal guards standing next to the queen just gives out a frustrated sigh. You see her bend down towards the queen and whisper something into her ear. The queen looks at her and nods. See, as she does, you see her step off into a chamber to the side, and you're unable to see her anymore.
Oh, well, the news court is dismissed then.
Queen looks at you. Not quite. There's still another matter I wish to discuss, which involves the other part of your gift. Persona? Yes, of course. You see her pull out, one by one, these very lavish-looking suits and dresses.
Oh?
Guys, we're going to a party? I don't know, guys. I've never been to a formal party.
Yes. The queen looks at you guys. Yes, I sort of figured as much, which is why I had Rosona make some outfits for you guys for the occasion. Perhaps I should explain. You see, I am somewhat grateful that we were able to take care of the Briar Witch this quickly, for now we don't have to postpone the Court of Spring, or the Court of Wings.
What's that? Sorry for my ignorance.
Well, the Court of Wings Festival is an annual event that attracts people from all corners of Aeon. It is held here in Omathas, where many gather to share love for their deities and participate in many events and games. One of the reasons so many show up is because various archangels of the world will make their appearance.
celebration of the Archangels then.
Way to go, guys. This is fun. We need a fun day.
In a sense, it's more of a celebration of the deities themselves, and for any who wish to worship. Even those who aren't particularly religious still find the events that transpire entertaining. There's many different games and events where you can make money or simply enjoy yourselves.
Sounds like a joyous time. Such festivities were seldom practical. So this could be a nice change of pace.
Of course. One of... Considering your adventures, I should tell you that one of the most attractive events that were to happen would be known as the Ascension Trial. During this event, well-known heroes from around the world will compete against various beasts gathered by Commander Zion and other like-minded beast hunters. At the end, 2 remaining teams will battle to decide the winner. And the main reason why many wish to enter this competition is because the winner is given a blessing by one of the archangels of their choice, as well as various other rare and wondrous gifts that we can put up for auction.
Hey, but you feel like entering?
Deke was just absent-minded because he doesn't even know what the word party means, and he was too ashamed to ask. Sure, yeah, I'll do that.
Sounds like a tournament.
It does. It sounds like Deke would totally enjoy himself.
Well, I do need a rest a bit before I get or something like that.
Of course. Keep in mind the Court of Wings festival won't begin for another week or 2, so you have plenty of time to rest. However, the reason why I had these suits made is because the last event that is to transpire is known as the Grand Ball. It's less so for the general public and more for the aristocratic and high station figures that live around the world.
It's so fun and so fancy and pretty.
It is indeed. Many high-value individuals will be participating in the Grand Ball, so it is why we will need you to look a bit less like adventurers and more like high-class adventurers.
Perkins is gonna look down at his clothes. Oh. I suppose my garb is a little rural, country.
I mean it as no disrespect, Jackus. It is just formalities is all.
No offenses taken. I just never really dressed in anything too different. Say that such an experience is a little intimidating.
Well, rest assured I do not wish for you to remain uncomfortable. I only wish for you to attend is because there will be some very important individuals whom I don't trust as much as I trust you, to put it lightly.
Oh, you're special.
It would just be nice to have people I trust around during the whole ball.
Makes sense.
Understandable.
Are not your royal guard enough?
Oh, they will be by my side most of the event. But to have other individuals placed around the castle will also be very helpful. Which is why I called the order here. You see Celestine and Soul kind of give a confused look. I understand that you have not been welcomed to the Grand Ball for a while now, but I figured it is about time that the order was to be welcomed in once again. Which is why, Celestine, while you tend to the underground, I would like your most trusted warrior, Soul, to attend this ball alongside our heroes here. Celestine kind of looks towards Soul. Soul? Are you sure? Should we even entertain this lady?
He's just gonna lean in, like his ear, see if there's, or just hear if Soul can speak, or if they just talk really quietly.
Soul looks towards Celestine.
I'm not too sure. My place is with the Order.
I understand. You see Celestine looks towards the Queen. Well, as delighted as we are to hear that you are welcoming us back into the ball, we have some concerns about the safety of the Order. With, as you mentioned, Soul being our best warrior, we would rather him stay with us. Queen looks towards you guys. I understand your apprehension, but know this. Both the Order and the top side of Omathas have always been one and the same. It would be of grave import that you were to attend this ball.
Well, can't turn down that invitation.
I'll definitely for her. I'm super excited.
You see the Queen stand up from her throne and begin to walk towards Soul. You see her begin to get down on her knees when Rosanna yells out, "My Queen!"
His voice is gonna catch right in his throat.
My Queen, there is no need to kneel before one such as him. The Order, you must remember that you are the Queen of not only Omathas, but you are the Archangel of the Sun. You cannot possibly kneel down before a mortal. You see the Queen paused in her kneel. She looks up at Soul.
Soul very much knows what that means, so he will relent. Fine. As long as you can ensure the safeguard of the Order, I will attend this ball.
You see the Queen begin to stand up, and she extends her arm towards you, Soul. You have my eternal gratitude, Soul Bellator. So I guess you slap her palm away then. Anyway.
I didn't realize he takes her hand.
She gives a firm shake. Well, I believe that's all I had for the rest of you. If you have any questions for me, I'm happy to entertain. But if not, we do have to start making preparations for the Court of Winds.
Okay.
Well, alrighty. Then I suppose we will return to our quarter, or find a good quarters to return to. Start making preparations for our week.
Very well. Once again, I must thank you for a job well done. You have saved this city, and amongst all, you have saved Ayama from a grave threat.
The pleasure is ours. It pays to help others. Seeing smile is what I like to do.
Very well. Then, I suppose this meeting is adjourned. The queen begins to walk back towards her throne, and she gives a slight nod towards you guys with a happy smile, and then exits into the back chambers where you saw the other royal guard go. And Rosanna quickly follows behind her. And you are left alone in the chambers with Sol and Celestine. They kind of look awkwardly towards you guys. So,
Hi!
I have to go in town to buy some things, so.
Celestine kind of puts her head on the back of her hand on the back of her head and kind of scratches. Well, Sol, I'm gonna leave you to introduce yourself to your new friends. I'll return back to the Saint.
I wouldn't say they are friends, Mother.
Oh, don't be like that. She kind of slaps you at the back of your helmet. Very well, I shall meet you back at home. Good morrow. She then makes her leave.
Lily walks up to it. So, does it get hot now? It looks like it would be hot.
D kind of goes like, well, time to hit the dusty old trail.
Time to hit the old dusty trail.
And D turns around and asks, I have to go into town. I need to upgrade my armor and possibly cast some new weapons. Would you want to join me or get to know this man?
I figure we can all do that together. Permitting that you are willing to join us, of course. And Quarters gives us a nod to soul.
Alright. I don't see why not. We are going to be working with each other.
Splendid. Alright, let us all make it town then.
D maybe says,
Very well. As this was all going on, Tobias, as you exited the castle, you arrived outside, and the second you set foot in Calder's office, you see the Royal Guard Anami waiting for you. Ah, you're here. Good.
Is all to miss.
This is a girl.
So, what is it you need?
Well, I am told that you are from Ravenfall, yes? And you own a doctor's office there?
Indeed, I do. More importantly, how do you know that?
She kind of crosses her arms and looks at you. It's besides the point.
Is it?
She kind of looks at you, kind of confused. Yes, it is. Listen, I didn't come here to argue with you. You should know that your office was recently assailed.
What?
Apparently, one of your employees was injured, and the other has gone missing.
His breath kind of catches in his throat. Which one? Which one has gone missing?
I believe it was someone by the name of Ash.
He's gonna work very hard not to like clench his fist. How long ago was this? How long were you gonna hold this from me?
Take it easy. This happened only last night. I came to know the information about an hour ago. I just merely had to wait for you to return back to the city to let you know.
Then let's go.
Yes, well, before you leave by yourself, I thought you might need some company. So, under the Queen's request, she kind of gives a long sigh, I will be accompanying you back to Ravenfall.
That's fine. Then we'll leave just as soon as I tell my party. That's not to leave them in the dark.
Well, she kind of laughs to herself. Oh, well, alright then.
He kind of gives a side glance, though she really can't see it, since he was wearing his mask.
I guess whenever you're ready to go, I will be outside the walls. It'll be hard to miss me. I'll be on top a large griffin.
That's fine.
Very well.
I'll meet you soon.
Don't take too long. She kind of walks past you, pats you on the shoulder, and then leaves the Gold Watch outpost. And as she does, one by one you see your friends begin to emerge from the portal. Including the individual known as Soul.
Well, I see the Queen thought of everything.
Demise is all in this.
You see he's kind of still mid-clench of his fist. I got some terrible news.
Terrible? Is there something to discuss?
Well, the long and short of it, I will not be traveling with you guys any longer. I have something in Ravenfall has gone missing. More like somebody has gone missing.
Someone?
He kind of like awkwardly kind of scratches his head. A student of mine has gone missing. Along with my student Ash has gone missing. Along with one of my students also being injured. Apparently, my shop was attacked. So, with the help of one of the Queen's guards, the one you saw in the throne room, the dark elf, I will be traveling back to Ravenfall to investigate. And hopefully, my student, along with everything else, will be found.
Well, I wish you the best of luck, comrade. And he puts his hand out for a handshake.
He takes it and shakes his hand.
And I hope
Well, before I leave, Kyrgyz,
Yes?
there's something that has been bothering me, or really kind of egging me. What was your relationship with Eheim? You seem to be very soft around her.
Marcus gives a kind of like a inquisitive furrow of his brow. And I showed her mercy because I believe that we could do better. Simply continue a cycle of revenge.
That doesn't really answer my question there, Kyrgyz. Your relationship with her. Did you know her? Was she a student?
No,
A past lover? Or a friend?
he was none of those things.
Oh, I see.
To me, she was an obstacle, a driving force that has been in my head for ages. After seeing her in such a weakened state, suddenly the drive for revenge just stopped. And I felt pity, but also felt an opportunity, not one for me, but for another. Perhaps by extending this branch of kindness, spark something different. But other than that, she's nothing more than another sorceress in the woods.
An interesting outlook. Well then, Kyrgyz, Delphine, Deke,
we wish you well, Tobias.
Be safe.
well, when everything is said and done in Ravenfall, don't be a stranger. I might give you guys a friendly discount at my shop if you're ever by.
Kyrgyz gives a brighter smile, and they will come in with bells on.
Just send a letter beforehand.
No promises.
And as he will start his walk towards the gates.
Very well.
Just kind of giving a look over his shoulder at the new figure. And nothing really more.
As Tobias looks back, he's Perkins is always gonna just send him off, smile, and away.
And with that, Tobias Graves has left the party.
Yes.
And Soul has entered the fray.
Soul has entered the chat.
Cole has joined the Discord server. So,
That took me rather late. 2 years.
this is Densebog's new character, Soul Bellator.
Woo!
So, Bellator. Yeah, sorry, I didn't know if you wanted me to, like, talk for him or you were gonna talk for him until I took
Going
full
off script
control
for a
of the
minute,
character.
I was trying to eat fucking Dents to say something in Soul's spot, but he didn't, so it's like, oh, I guess he's gonna remain silent. But
Strong silent type.
Oh, that's fine. I can get him to crack.
all is good now, so back in character. Omathas is your guys' to explore. You were given a week or two to do as you may around the city, so it's up to you.
I'll be heading to the armor shop right away.
Alright. Owned by Gorton Gorgeous. Going to the Prison Ground Forge. Who will be accompanying?
I will. I'm gonna follow you, but
Yeah,
we're
yes.
gonna go shopping.
I guess I'll be like walking behind the group, kind of studying them.
Very well.
As this
Yeah.
is.
So,
It,
with that, you guys make your way through the city streets and arrive at the forge.
Alright.
There, as you enter the door, you hear the new sound of a chime bell.
oh, they added the sound.
As
Or
you
I
enter,
had to make that noise.
you see standing at the forge Gloria working on a piece of plate mail. And as she's hammering away, she hears the chime and looks towards you guys. Oh, adventurers. Welcome back. It's been some time.
In a hot minute.
And now we're finally back
Yes.
and have acquired your expertise once again.
Well, I'll see what I can do. What do you got for me?
Deke, can I unequip my chain shirt? Would that be able to be upgraded?
Your chainmail?
Yeah.
Okay. So
You know, Dick Butt's changing. He's just taking things off. Oh,
you see his rock hard abs.
So,
And as you take it off, you hand it to her, and she looks at it. Oh, jeez. Well, sorry to say, sir, but this is probably as strong as chainmail will get. Mastering Chainer's worked on this. I'm not sure if I can improve it at all.
And do you have any strong leathers? Kind of barbarian armor?
Well, sir, to my knowledge, the only armor that a barbarian, as you put it, would wear is nothing but the skin that they have on their person. They don't usually wear too much armor.
I think I can do that.
Would I be able to make a custom item for my claws, like blades?
Do you convey this to her? Some more?
Yeah.
She kind of scratches her chin. I don't know. It's something I have to talk about to my uncle about. Well, he's been pretty down recently with all the events that transpired.
That's understandable, but if he can't work on any armor right now, is there any other town or any other shop in town that can?
I doubt you'll find anyone as good as him, especially for
Here.
events like this.
Can I speak with him?
You didn't speak the band.
Yeah.
I suppose. Just give me one moment. Uncle, you have customers. You see flying from a back room an empty liquor bottle go crashing into a wall. You see Gloria flinch. Sir, things have been a bit rough for our family. Unfortunately, my brother had just returned to us. However, he's not the same.
Not the same. How so?
Well, it's hard to explain. You'd have to ask him about it, if he ever wakes up again.
Rick is gonna have a somber look in his eyes, acknowledging that the witch's magic still have yet to be completely resolved after sources heated out.
You guys hear from the back, loud stomping, getting closer and closer, as you see a very dirtied looking dwarven male walk out of the back room. What do you want?
I need some armor made, some weapons.
Weapons, armor? Oh, of course you do. And what kind of weapons do you need?
Something for my blade, something that can fit tightly and not be knocked off in battle.
Are you talking about cestus? Something like that?
Sure.
Suppose I can make some cestus. Is there any particular property you want them to have, or just regular old
Lightning.
lightning? Jesus. Bunch of crazy people coming in nowadays.
Deke reaches into his bag of holding and he takes out 20,000 gold. And he puts it on the table.
The hefty investment, Deke.
He kind of sits down, begins to count the gold. Hefty bit of coin there, lad. But you're short about 20,000 gold.
Then I pull out another 18,000.
Okay, you pull out 18. Oh, good. Now you're just short 2,000 gold.
Alright, and how much are platinum coins worth again? 100 gold?
10 gold.
Okay, I'll just take out however many platinum coins I'll need to, Why is it not saving?
Kind of looks at you and you put all your coin on the table.
Now, I understand the money is meant to be spent here, Deke, but
I realize that even though I have fist guns, a weapon might work, but I also was looking for armor.
I ain't that much understand.
DM, is he okay with that?
Well, he looks at you, kind of eyebrow raised. Platinum. He kind of picks a piece up and bites it. Think you could squeeze out 10,000 more of that?
I'm gonna roll for intimidation.
You're trying to intimidate him? Okay, go ahead and roll.
Oh, I'm rolling like shit!
5.
My goodness.
You kind of just step forward and kind of try to loom over him, but you see, As you get closer, you see his eyes are bloodshot. You feel the waft of alcohol off his breath. He's just kind of looking at you.
Deke comes in a little bit closer and he says, "Is this what your son would want? For you to wallow in self-pity?"
His nephew.
His nephew, sorry.
It's gonna be like, ooh.
Unfortunately,
Is this how you want him to see you when he wakes up?
as those words leave your mouth, you see him swing out at you with a beer bottle in his hand, and you're able to react fast enough to grab his wrist. He's just looking at you with fury.
I understand you're in pain. I've lost many, almost
Shut.
awful people.
Shut your dirty fucking mouth. You don't know me.
I don't know you? You're right, I don't know you intimately, but I know pain and suffering, and I understand grief. I've gone through so much suffering as well, and the loved ones I've lost, they wouldn't want me to wallow in self-pity. That's why I came out here. That's why I ventured with these friends of mine, because I know I have to live up to their expectations. And if I see the few of them that are alive left ever again, I want them to be able to look at me with pride. And I hope that you feel the same about your nephew.
Roll persuasion with disadvantage.
This is not going to go well.
You started off on the wrong foot trying to intimidate him.
I thought that's what it was.
No,
And
persuasion is the opposite.
So I'm done talking for right now.
Ooh.
He rips his wrist out of your grasp. Listen here, bucko. You want me to do anything for you ever again, you're gonna give me 20,000 more platinum. Otherwise, you can take your sorry ass out of my shop.
I haven't felt for this.
Deke will give him the thing in his other possessions. He doesn't want to announce it to anyone else.
That's too vague for me to understand, so I'm gonna have
Can you
to.
see the list?
Your list? You're giving him everything?
No, of other possessions. Do you see under it?
In your backpack?
No, all the way at the bottom of inventory, past items requiring attunement. It says other possessions, and there's 2 items I have in there.
Give me the secret stash.
He does have a secret stash.
Oh.
That's great.
Are you talking about the last item? Or all of it?
Just the second one.
Okay. You give it to him, and you guys just see a piece of paper that he hands to him. And he kind of looks at it. See him take it, and then he begins to rip it apart. What the fuck was that supposed to be?
Alright. I understand. You're in pain, and I will not disturb you again. He goes to leave.
Motherfuckers. He kind of looks at you guys, begins to stumble a bit. Now, surely you guys are willing to do some actual business instead of try to mooch me off, huh?
We were mostly watching, working with him. But I'm sure we can find something. I can look over my armors, and then he's used to be graded.
Yeah.
Offers his shield first.
Let me see this. Kind of takes the shield. It's well made. Not too shabby. Tell you what. For 10,000 platinum, I'll let you in on a little secret that may be interesting for one who uses shields.
10,000. Out of character, we acknowledging that this man is
He's drunk and trying to jib you. He's trying to hustle you.
yeah, but also we just act.
You get the. I'll say you don't even roll. You don't even roll the insight. You get the sense that he got pissed off, so now he's gonna try to take as much money as he can. But you don't get the sense that he's trying to. He's lying about anything he's saying.
Oh, yeah, no. I would figure that as much. I think he's absolutely telling the truth. But he's definitely trying to get. We're taking his anger on. You know what? Yeah, he's gonna try it. And he's gonna try and call him out on it with an asterisk. No, I understand you're mad at Deacon there, but are you sure taking that out on another who hasn't aggravated you is the wisest decision?
You gotta roll persuasion.
Right.
Double 11s. With that, kind of raises an eyebrow. Look, buddy. If I didn't need the money, I wouldn't be asking. I got a lot of medical bills to take care of, and well, seeing as you're adventurous and all that, I think you got a lot of dough on you. So it shouldn't hurt to give an old forge master a little bit of that.
Medical bills. Well, we have some healing magics available. If you forgive me prying, is there anything that you tell us about your medical situation?
Kind of looks at your group, and then he looks at you and Delphine.
Just fine,
I guess. And then you see him finally make eye contact with Soul. Oh. You're with them? I didn't realize you guys were part of the order. Sorry, but I can't help you.
We're not part of the order.
Oh yeah?
This is enough.
He looks at Soul. Oh, really? I guess the reason you're wearing that helmet is because you guys have been underground too long, huh? Sunlight's no good for you anymore, huh? Fucking freaks.
Quick was just going to furrow a brow at that.
You see Gloria finally speaks up. Uncle, please, they're just trying to help. Kind of looks at her. Help. No one was there to help him. He was left by himself for God knows how long. And now everyone wants some fucking... Forget it.
If I may, I am a medic in my little village. Is it possible that I can go see him?
Roll persuasion. 18.
Love to see it.
I know, right?
So with that, your warm exterior begins to crack his sorrowed, broken heart, and he kind of gives in a bit. You, and only you, follow me. Everyone else, just stay back here.
That's understandable. Delphine shall await your return.
I'll be back.
He leads you to the back room where you see, lying on a very blood-stained and ragged bed, you see a familiar face. A small dwarven male, whom was one of the first people you met in Omathas. You see Olaf lying on the bed, unmoving. His skin is pale white. You see there are burn marks across his face and his arms and his chest.
Omathas is so kind. Can you tell me what happened?
I figured you wouldn't remember. You're adventurous. All you do is go save one city and then forget about it when you go save the next. If you remember, my nephew was captured by these weird people, and he was missing ever since you guys left. You abandoned him. And then, one day, a strange individual came to us, holding him in his arms, and simply dropped him at our doorstep. He's been unconscious ever since he got here. The kid's been through hell, and no matter what we try, he isn't getting any better.
I'm sorry, and I do apologize for abandoning him. If other circumstances would have came around, I would have stayed.
Sure, that's what they all say. Well, can you do something or not?
Let's see. Damn, can I do anything?
Nat 20 on the medicine check. Alright.
Fine, go to town.
You look at him, and when you get close, you smell a faint rotting smell. And you instantly, the first thing you think is he already dead? You kind of look at him, and you see, ever so slowly, his chest begin to rise and fall. And then, another thought crosses your mind. You begin to go to his mouth and lift up his lip, and you see a long, sharp fang that protrudes out.
Is this vampirism?
What else can I see? Can I remove the cloth, I'm assuming that's on top of him? And check underneath his, like, clothes and stuff?
Okay. You begin to take off some of his clothes, and you see, right on his shoulder, you see 2 puncture marks that go deep into his flesh.
Bruh.
And of course, his whole body is adorned in various burn marks.
I don't think I can cure the vampirism. I would have to do some research on that one.
You see Gorton kind of looks at you. Well, you gonna do something or what?
but I can definitely fix those burns. For sure.
Are you saying this in character, or are you just saying it outside of character?
Yes.
In
This
character?
is character. I don't think I can fix the vampirism, but I can definitely fix those burns.
He kind of
It's easy.
see him raise an eyebrow. Vampirism? What the hell are you talking about?
If you look closely at his face, he is getting paler not just because of infection and wounds, it's because of the fact that I lift up his lip. He's turning into something else. So yes, he's going to be different, and I can go research on that, but it might take a little bit, but I can definitely save him some time by curing these wounds.
As you're talking, you look at him and you see he's just staring out into space, into nothingness. And his mouth is just left agape, and he's just deep in thought.
I'm sorry, but this is what I can do for now. I can definitely cure his wounds, but I would have to do some research on the vampire part.
Please.
And at least I can give you some, like, saying like this is what's wrong with him. At least you know.
Well, alright. Just heal what you can. I'll... Thank you.
You're welcome.
You see him begin to walk away, back into the forge.
I guess I'm gonna go down and work.
Alright. So while you heal...
And go ahead to the magic shop.
Okay. So while you heal his wounds... you guys, the rest of you, see Gordon return back outside. So, you wanted a new shield?
Yes.
Well, I'm sorry, but most of my materials have been spent preparing for the Ascension trials to take place. But I will let you know, I spent a long time working on a particular shield that one such as yourself might be interested in. If you really want it, I guess you're just gonna have to win the trials.
Trials. I suppose that's fair trade. Might I ask to change your mind?
Afraid it's not up for me to decide. I already took the shield to the castle, and they're holding it until the Ascension trials.
Oh, he was asking what changed Gordon's story
Oh, well,
about Operation.
look. I guess your friend's a bit more useful than most people I've met, so I'll leave it at that. Definitely more useful than that fuckwit that came into the shop in the first place.
Delphine is reliable answer. Been made it half far without her. Glad we were able to help in any way we could. Even if it was just
Yeah. Anyway, that's all you need. I think I should close up shop for now.
Alrighty. I suppose we should follow Zeke wherever he went. Is everybody ready?
doing some scraping of burned wounds and then reapplying paste and then redoing some bandages.
So,
It takes time.
it
I thought
won't take.
she walked up because
No, Delphine stayed back a bit,
Yeah, I stayed to attend wounds.
but it wouldn't take you too long. Cause you just applied some first aid and made sure that he was well rested, and you applied some of your healing to him, so that way, any deeper wounds would be taken care of, and you then made your way outside of his chambers and met up with the rest of your party.
Alright, well, you should be doing better now. I hope he doesn't wake soon. For your benefit. So
Kinda
I
like-
can find the key to the other half.
He looks at you and he gives a nod. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Now, fuck off. I gotta go drink some more. Oh, and take that edgelord in the armor back out of here with you. I don't need him
He
edging up
already
the
left.
He's talking about
you.
soul.
Soul.
No.
Alright, let's go, Saul.
He'll walk out.
Very well. You guys exit the forge. So, where to now?
well, that was a bit of a rocky beginning.
Did you get what you needed?
He's a real fan of you guys.
Rest assured, he's a little less crass last episode. Albeit,
What did you find out about the nephew?
Her nephew was
He
had
had,
a ton of state when we first found him.
he had so many
Oh,
bird
grass.
marks.
Yeah, I'm the one that
Follow
followed him.
him. Unless you followed me.
I thought he was asking like for before, like.
No, I'm asking now.
Okay. He had several bird marks. That was the first thing that I kind of noticed. The second thing I noticed was very, very disturbing. A vampire got to him too.
A vampire got to him? Along with what else?
That's it. It was. I smelled the rotting. It's normally part of the vampire, and he had several burn marks. So I ended up tending them, because that's the only thing I can tend to. For helping with the vampire thing, I don't know anything about that. I would have to
I'm sure possibly
research.
Or
I can
help.
probably that too, and I can send a messenger to Tobias, see if he knows anything. He may not. Still, he's very knowledgeable. So he was the knowledge of the group. So now we have the knowledge is gone. I'm just gonna send messenger birds. So now I'm gonna be knowledge.
Well, alternatively, we could just look at for a library. This is a big city. I'm not familiar with the aspects of vampires myself, so perhaps we can find some.
I have a friend in the order that is a hospitaler.
Alright, cool beans.
And then Mike died.
No!
Well, his phone died. Most likely.
And
Soul.
Pretending.
Someone cast silence on Soul, so he is. We'll be back in a moment, I'm sure.
He talked too much. He talked too much.
fall of death.
He talked too much and he kind of got too scared. Just to say that. We can definitely go.
Oh, there he is.
Back.
Oh, Discord's
Maybe
pooping
not.
out. Oh, there we go. Hello? He's banging.
Oh,
Hello?
Hi. Welcome back.
Alright, so we're back.
Continue your thoughts, soul.
Oh. Hello? We hear you. Hello?
Alert.
Oh.
Apologies, some technical difficulties.
Oh no.
Oh. If you're speaking, we can't hear you. I see your bubble thing.
sorry.
going-
My
thanks.
Hey, there you go.
Hello.
my thing buffered.
Oh, it's
for a
all good.
minute. Well, anyway, I was just saying, I have a friend that's in the hospital. She's pretty knowledgeable in medicines and curses and such. She could help out with that.
Alright.
And any
Sounds...
officers are welcome.
Yes.
I pick me, please. I would like to learn as much as I can.
Alright. Well, I guess we'll... Are you gonna come with us, Kirkus, or are you gonna go with your other friend?
I think it would be best if somebody went. Just in case, but preferably I wouldn't want us to all stay together if possible. So perhaps I'll go grab them, we'll finish up our business, those days, and then I'll follow you guys.
Alright. Just when you get inside, just let them know you're with me.
Of course.
They don't particularly like those of Deke's kind. We've had bad run-ins with them.
Oh. Well, as long as you tell me the direction, I'm sure we'll be able to get there at a decent hour.
Yeah, it's just, east of where we are now.
Works for me. I'll be sure to relay the information to you. Before he gets into, any more trouble.
Indeed. Intimidation will not get him very far in the temple.
Crazily enough, it's gotten him further than we could ever believe. Well, it doesn't work for every situation.
Alright, well, we best be on our way.
I shall keep you no longer.
I begin to walk back to the temple of the Order.
And I follow behind.
Very well.
Marcus spins on his heels and makes a brisk walk towards
Alright. So while this is all happening, Deke, you arrive at the familiar magic shop of Jizoba. As you enter the porta potty, and enter the shop, you see him talking to another familiar individual. Another member of the Amber Crow, who goes by Gadigan. You see him slamming his hands on the counter. What do you mean you don't have any more of it? I heard that you had the stuff to make my junk irresistible to that of the feminine persuasion. Now you're gonna give it to me at a fair, reasonable price, or else I'm gonna rip this shop down to the ground.
He just slowly walks up behind him, puts his hand on his shoulder, and goes, "So, brother."
He looks at you. What are you? Oh, well, Deke, it's been a while. I heard you were doing some fun outside the city.
Just let's walk that back a second. Were you just threatening the shop owner for not being irresistible to women?
You see, as you say this, you see Jazovich just laying back in his chair. He seems unfazed by Gadigan's anger, and he's just holding a pipe in his hand, just looking boredly at you guys. Yeah, as I was trying to tell you. I already told you I sold that vial to Deke over there. And he looks at you. What do you mean? Oh, hang on. My alarm's going off. There we go. And he looks at you, Deke. Really? You wouldn't so happen to have any more of that vial, would you?
I have no idea what he's talking about.
Jazova looks at you. What do you mean? Don't tell me you sold that dragon's potion I gave you.
Oh,
I do it.
No, I had to use them to save my friend's lives.
You see, he kind of cocks an eyebrow. Did you save them with your junk?
No, cuz.
No, actually, it made me explode.
It made you explode? Well, that's strange. Well, yeah, I mean, that was the whole purpose of the vial. It's just, that's strange. Explode?
Yes, and not in a sexual way.
kaboom!
Booyah!
Giselle's just he's kind of looking at you confused.
Not the booyah.
I see. Well, actually, no, I don't see. What do you mean explode? Tell me what happened.
My body turned into a silver form and slowly started to crack from within until I turned into nothing.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I don't know what you gave me, but...
Apparently I don't either. I had a sample of it and I didn't do any of that. Are you sure you're talking about... I'm confused. Are you sure you're talking about the right potion? The White Dragon's Call.
Oh, that one. Yes, that also was used to save my friend's life.
Oh.
With
Well,
your junk?
I assume...
It only grants me the breath of a nice dragon.
Well, yes, that's partially what it was supposed to do, so I'm not surprised. But apparently you came across another potion that made you explode? Giggity?
Yes.
I can't believe this.
I can't believe I'm listening to this conversation.
He kind of just
you're not
brushes
hearing
him
it
off.
all.
He's like,
I'm aware of that.
confused by the situation. He's like, okay, let's just restart. I would like you. It's nice to see you again. But I have some business here, and I now have a vial for you.
Gavin kind of looks disappointed at you. Oh, piss. Well, I guess if you're not gonna help me, I'll have to go to the House of Lady Favors with my regular junk. Good day then.
I will never, brother. Stay strong.
He kind of gives you a high five as he walks out the door. He leaves.
I try to pull my hand away, but he still connects. Alright.
Fucking dude bros over here.
As Gadigan leaves, you see at the same time Kirkus enters.
Excuse me. Oh, pardon me.
As you walk through the porta potty, you see Gadigan step out, and when you enter the porta potty, you see where it's not supposed to be. He's apparently taken a dump inside the non-functioning toilet.
Well, that's just real nice. How do I activate this? It's just too long.
You just enter the porta potty and then you close the door, and it'll transport you.
Quirkus is slowly going to close the door, but like keep himself voiced upwards and like away from the sea.
As you carefully avoid this mine that Gadigan left, you close the door, and as Deke, you're talking to Jazoba, Kirkus appears, and as he appears, you see something flop on the ground underneath his feet.
Oh my god. You're
Quirkus, what were you doing in the bathroom? You know it doesn't work, right?
That was not me.
Jazoba kind of looks at you, yeah, whatever you say, pal. Anyway, Deke, would you mind showing me your palm for a moment?
Sure.
Okay, you extend your palm, and you see him pull out this thin little needle. He's like, do you mind?
I pull it back really quick, and then the purpose is...
Well, I'm curious. You said you drank a vial, and then you exploded. So,
I'm gonna take someone's blood.
I just wish to see the context of which the vial held, which I may be able to find in the traces of your bullet.
Can I shop first? Mull it over?
How about this? He kind of puts his hands on the table. You let me take a look at your blood, and I'll give you a discount on anything you want.
Anything? Huh?
Anything at all. So long as I get a good sample of your blood.
How good is this discount?
I'd say about 75%. How's that sound?
On multiple items?
On one item.
2.
Make a persuasion check.
Oh my gosh, let's see it.
You got this.
5!
A 5. Kind of looks at you. 1 1/4 of an item.
One quarter of an item. What do you mean a quarter of an item?
How about we
This
just
is
make
just
a
like
first?
like
Could we do 75 off on the first and 50 off on the second?
No. Now it's back down to 1. Take it or leave it.
Alright, but before you take it, can I buy the item? Look what you have in stock.
Oh, no. I know how this works, buddy. I'm not gonna get scammed again. I'm too old for that shit.
Hey, you know me. I shopped here before, I didn't scam you then, and I won't scam you now.
Eh. I'm watching you, pig boy. What do you want?
And I'm watching you, bunny buddy.
Touche. What do you want?
Alright, what does he have in his inventory?
Well, as you remember last time, I have a couple of spell scrolls, all the way up to 6th level. I got this nifty little cloak that should help you protect. That should help protect yourself, even if you don't have armor. I got this other nifty little.
Wait, what?
I have this other nifty little potion, and he reaches under his desk, pulls out this large 2-liter vial of this bright red liquid that bubbles and emanates heat off of it.
My name is a spicy bottle of Dr. Pepper.
And
Actually, it's Dr. Pibb.
Deke looks back.
Mr. Pibb.
Yeah.
See this stuff.
What does it do exactly, this Dr. Pibb?
As soon as you gulp this down, you'll gain the strength of a fire titan. That's right.
Deke's penis gets a little half chub just hearing.
Okay, calm down.
I also have a couple of I got some bags of holding here. I got this wand of magic missiles. I got these gloves that'll help you snare missiles that are coming at you.
Would you be willing to buy 10 pounds of wyvern scales?
Why
I also
scales? I believe you gave those to him when you traded for the
did?
potion. Yeah,
Okay.
there shouldn't be in your inventory.
Alright then. I'll take... Can I see inspect the cloak?
Okay, look at the cloak. As you look at the cloak on the display counter, you see it reads Cloak of Protection. So, it's a dark brownish cloak with golden accents around the edges.
And with the discount, what are each of their prices?
You see the display says the Cloak of Protection is 1,500 platinum. So, and it's 75% off.
Okay. And the Titan potion?
Oh, that reads 15,000 platinum.
And again, sorry, but how much platinum equals gold? One platinum equals how much gold? 10?
10 gold.
Okay. Alright, I'll buy the Cloak of Protection.
Very well. So that's
And then,
1,500.
actually, wait, before I do that, what were those? You said they were spell scrolls, correct?
Yes, we have a couple
Their
spells.
price range is averaging between...
Lowest is only 100 platinum, and it goes up to as much as 1,350 platinum, or 1,500 platinum.
Okay, I'm gonna give him... I'm gonna give him 25,000 gold.
Yeah,
And
okay.
I'm going to buy 2 high-ranking spell scrolls and the Cloak of Protection.
You can do a first level to 6th level.
And how much is the 6th level?
6th level is the 1,500 for 6th level scrolls.
Okay, yeah, I'll get 2 of those.
2 6th level spell scrolls, okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then what else was it?
The Cloak of Protection.
Cloak of Protection. Let me just total up the shit here. Platinum for the scrolls, and Cloak of Protection is another 1,500.
I think it will cost total 4,500 platinum.
Yep, 4,500.
We love math.
And then, does he have any like regular potions, like just health potions, or?
He has some greater healing potions.
And how much are those a piece?
300 platinum a piece.
I'm gonna give him 9,000 gold then for 3 greater healing potions.
It's 300 platinum each.
Oh, so what they cost 30,000 gold?
I believe so, yes.
Jeez, how are they so expensive?
It's the Court of Wings Festival has jacked up prices.
Hi, man.
Mm-hmm. Does he have any, like, magical items besides the cloak of protection still?
He said he has some bags of holding. He has the potion of Fire Titan strength. He has the alchemy jug. The wand of magic missiles, gloves of missile snaring, goggles of the night, and a mystery key.
A mystery key? Yeah, does it look like, can I inspect and see if it goes to anything in the shop?
Okay, roll investigation check on the key.
I'm done rolling.
You look at it and it looks like a wooden, like, worn down key.
Okay. How much is it?
2 gold.
I'll buy it.
Okay. You can add a mystery key to your inventory. It's a custom item. And then anything else you purchased, you can also add.
Alright, I'm done. I offer my arm up. Here you go. Take the blood you need.
Splendid. Oh, here you go. He kind of reaches under the counter. You see him pull out a jar of cookies. And you see him reach under again. He pulls out an orange juice pouch. There you are. You see him.
These are real doctors.
Yeah, just in case you need that.
You see him pull out the needle. Alright, this should only take a moment. See him stick it in. You notice when he sticks in the needle, there's nothing for it to get sucked back into. It's just a long metal rod that he sticks in your hand. He then lifts his hand up and begins to twirl his fingers, and as he does, you see the blood from the vein begin to pour out and move through the air. And as it does, he pulls out another vial. And as he opens his vial, the vial begins to suck in all the air around it, including your blood. And your blood begins to stream out for 20, 30 seconds, 40 seconds.
I pull my arm away.
You try to pull your arm away. You try to roll a strength check.
Wait, can I assess myself? Like, am I lightheaded at this point?
Now you're getting a little lightheaded, but he, as you say this, he pushes the cookies towards you a bit more.
I begin to scarf down all the cookies and rip the top off the juice box and start drinking it.
Okay, you're drinking this. And by the way, the vial that he's holding is about as big as your finger, is how much it can hold. But for some reason, all the blood that's being sucked in is not filling up the vial or overflowing. It's all going into the vial. So as it streams out, it goes for about a minute. Your blood just flows out of you. Until finally the needle gets pulled out of your arm and then disappears into nothingness. I think that should suffice. Did you enjoy the cookies? Good. Those were enchanted by my sister. She's a master baker and also a master enchanter. She runs the shop in the back there, and those cookies have a special property of refilling blood loss of a creature. The orange juice is just something I like.
No. Well, that was my favorite part. To wash down those delicious cookies.
With orange juice.
Thank you again for the business, my friend.
Anytime, bud. Oh, by the way, will you perhaps be participating in the Ascension trials happening during the Court of Wings?
Well, I'm hoping to. That's why I got this cloak of protection. I've been feeling a bit naked recently.
Ah, I see. He got his chainmail back. So.
Oh. No, I just left it.
Did you just leave it there?
No.
Okay. Right. But
He's
Marcus is probably
with his
Yeah.
half chub.
well, you're in luck, my friend, because me and old Gorton Gorgeous were contracted by the Queen herself to make some wonderful items that'll be gifted to the winners for that event.
Would you be willing to tell me what those are?
You know what? Since you've been such a good patron, I'll let you in on it. So, there are 3 items in total. There's item number A, item number 2, and item letter C. Which one would you like to learn about?
The first.
Number 1.
Number A, thank you very much.
Not in there. Shush.
First one. Well, this one, I believe we were merely supposed to enhance it, but because we're both so good at our job, we've made it much, much better than your average shield. So this shield in particular was known as the Black Prior Shield.
Hog?
It was worn by a very noble and famed warrior that died long before the First War of Ayama. Apparently, the Amber Crow found it and figured, why don't we just fix it up a bit and then sell it to the strongest warrior of the Ascension trials. So, when we started working on it, we realized the ancient magic that was trapped within inside hasn't left. So, after a little working, we were able to pull it out and make it even stronger than ever. I dare say any strong-willed warrior would be happy to have this shield. But of course, that's to say you have to win the Ascension trials to actually get it. And I'm sure once word gets out of the prizes, every hero and legend throughout Ayama who's competing in that trial will do everything they can to get their hands on it. Or one of the other 2 gifts that'll be acquired.
Alright, I appreciate the information. I'll be stopping by again when I can.
No, please do. I'm always happy to take more of your blood. I gotta figure out what the fuck happened to you. You see, as
Winkers and bounces on the balls of its speed, overhearing that information, the shield sounds more and more enticing each time.
as he lifts the vial of your blood in the air, he shakes it around. You see there's ever so faintly traces of this silver energy flowing in your blood. Interesting. Anyway, Kyrkis, my buddy. Anything else I can do for you?
I mostly just came to pick up my friend, and I figured everybody would want to reconvene afterwards.
Oh, well,
Come on, Corcus, buy something.
Yeah, Kyrkis, buy something.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
Don't persuade
spend your money.
What are you in the mood for there, pal? Of course, if you want something commissioned, I can always work on that too. Although, keep in mind it might take a while, considering I have work to do for the Court of Wings Festival.
Would you... D comes back as soon as he hears you can make custom stuff. Would you be able to possibly make something that could enchant claws? Something like a bead or runestone?
Enchant claws, you say? Huh, what a coincidence. I just had an individual come in asking for something just like that. You see him reach under the desk and he pulls out a glass display case of these clawed gauntlets that are like black obsidian metal. And around the edges of the blades, you see it's so finely sharpened that it forever glistens in the light. Of course, this is just the framework. Me and my sister still gotta work on the enchantment process of it. But, yeah, an old swashbuckler fellow came in asking for something like this.
And how much would you be charging for such a custom item?
Oh, well, he paid 50,000 gold for this thing. But if you can match it, or if you can up his ante, then I guess I wouldn't mind handing it over to you.
Deke looks at Quirkus. Can a brother borrow 2,000 platinum?
There's a deep nasal inhale.
And then Deke goes, you want that, right? Who out of our entire party is the strongest and has the best chance?
I would hope all of us, depending on what the rules of the tournament are.
Yes, but Quirkus, the past adventures, how many times have I brought us back from the brink?
Don't even need to convince me. I was already thinking about it. Painful process. To lose the bodies.
I'll pay you back with interest. I'll pay you back with interest.
I told you don't need to coax me. Alrighty. Willing to pay.
Alright, I'm offering 38,000 gold and 2,000 platinum.
Roll persuasion real quick.
Oh no, is.
Oh no.
And can I assist?
You can assist.
Yeah,
You can both roll.
my first good roll.
15 and an 18. Alright. I'm kind of looking at you two, kind of just sliding the money towards him. Well, normally I don't like backsliding on.
Should this suffice?
I believe we have a deal there, gents. He kind of slides all the coins under his desk. Okay, well, like I said, I still need to work on the enchantments for the blades, but if you come back, I believe they should be ready by the time the Ascension trials start. So, just make sure you stop back here before they start.
Alright, much appreciated, and thank you, Quirkus, as well.
No problem.
And where did everyone else head off to? I heard you said you wanted to bring me back somewhere with them?
Place called the Temple of the Order, heading towards the east. Before I leave, I figured I'd pick up something for Delphi.
That would be a good choice.
Jizzle, would you happen to have anything that would help with concentration?
Concentration, you say? Huh. You know, I don't have anything on my person at the moment, but I was working on certain scrolls that would up your spellcaster's concentration, if that's what you're meaning.
Well, anything to help keep that concentration should they be attacked. Be it a talisman or article of clothing.
I see.
I figured it would help my friend Delphi a lot.
Well, I suppose I'll let you in on some of my personal findings then. I think a while back I introduced you this. And he pulls out a jade stone.
Oh, yes. I have that same one.
You see, this jade stone in particular has something trapped within it, and I think it might have something related to what you want. So, I've been working on trying to funnel out the magical essence in it, but it's gonna take some time. So, if you would want, you could buy the stone right now and merely be paying for my services and funneling out the magic within it. And then, as soon as that's done, I can hand it over to you without any additional price.
So, testing the stone and writing down notes and sending it to you?
More or less.
Suppose that works for me.
Alrighty. That'll be... You see him kind of rub his chin a bit. I'd say call it 3,000 gold.
Alrighty, works for me. But Quick is also going to eye the stone. Can you notice anything interesting or odd with it immediately?
At a first glance, you see hidden inside this jade stone. It's almost completely see-through. It's almost like glass in a sense. But looking at it, inside the stone, there's this swirling blue energy that just ever so faintly swirls whenever you shake it.
Marble snow, cool. Well, alrighty then.
Very well. And just if you can return to me with the findings within the week, I probably can get that back to you at the same time the claws are done.
Oh, wonderful. That works for me then.
Alrighty.
Just hope that Delphine can appreciate this.
Oh, I'm sure she will. Now, if there's anything else I can help you with?
Perhaps getting a refill of this greater healing potion?
Alright. How much more are you wanting?
Just the one for now.
Okay. I believe that was 3,000?
Another 3K? No biggie.
His cycle's feeling a little lighter now.
That's what is feeling a little lighter now.
Sorry, 300 platinum.
300 platinum?
Yeah. I gotta crank up the prices a bit, considering there's a lot of warriors who are gonna be wanting it before the Ascension Trials.
I see. No, that's fair. He hands over the platinum.
Very good. And here you are. He pulls out the greater healing potion. He hands it to you.
Splendid. He generously takes it back. Out of character, I just remove the charge from the potion I had.
Yep. Makes sense. Alrighty.
I should probably look at spell components. The last thing I would need. Out of character.
What? Alright. And spell components, if you want those, for basic spell components, it'll only be about like 200 gold
Oh,
to cover most of the stuff that doesn't have gold value.
okay. Yes. well, that's nice. That already does it. I'll just need water. Okay, that's good. So if anything, I'll just. Oh wait, that already consumes it.
Or any components that.
Mirror, a silver mirror.
Oh, okay. So that'll run you about like, we'll say 100 gold.
Alrighty. Perfect. We're really emptying the coffers this episode.
When you're shopping.
You said 300 gold?
For the silver mirror, it'll just be 100.
Perfect. In fact, I'll make that 2.
Alrighty, so 200. And you got 2 potions.
2 mirrors.
2 mirrors, correct?
Yeah. Alright, that should do it for me. And thank you once again for your generous collection.
It is what I do. Well, if that'll be all, I shall bid you adieu, as I need to work on these claws. So, get on out. And he grabs the case and he begins to walk into the back. Oh, sister, we have work to do.
Alright, Zeke. Away we go. And with this newfound item, he's going to carefully step over the mine.
Very well. Well met. Alright, as this has all transpired, Sol and Delphine, you guys begin to make your way towards the under district of Omathas. And immediately on your way there, there is a large tunnel-like gate that blocks your path. At that gate, you see 2 guards. Not gold watch, or not platinum watch. They wear this dark black and goldish armor, and they stand at the gate. Halt, what is your business?
I'm Sol Bellator of the Order.
Brother, we welcome you back into the Order. They both step aside, and as they do, the gates begin to slowly open up and go into the underground district. Now, underground, this place does not look as well kept as it does above ground. It is clad in darkness from being underground, and the buildings are less kept than all the other ones. And as you make your way towards the temple, the soul, you come across some familiar figures. The first one will be Celestine. You come across Talius. Oh, baby Talius, there we go. Bigger Talius. Come across Alpharus. And of course, you come across Helena. You see them waiting by the entrance for your arrival. You see Helena.
General, Helena, Alfarius.
Alfarius walks up to you. Welcome back. So, I assume this is one of the new allies Celestine tells us about?
Yes.
Very well. You see up to you, Delphine. The older gentleman, Talus, walks up to you. Well, well, it is an honor to meet you, Miss Delphine Silverwind.
Hello, and who shall you be?
I am Talus, the greatest of the Order, at your service.
Oh,
See,
gentlemen.
Celestine kind of gives him a nudge. Yeah, sure you are, old man. Celestine looks towards you. So, what business do you bring an outsider into our domain?
We came across a dwarven man that had a nephew who was suffering from vampirism. I was going to inquire Sister Ishani about a possible cure for the ailment.
Ah,
There is one.
I understand. Unfortunately, Sister Ishane is nowhere to be found at the moment.
His eyebrows will raise a bit. She never leaves her lab.
Yes, it is strange for us to find out as well. However, if it's vampirism you wish to mend, then perhaps we can dispose of this wretch for you.
I don't want to have to kill him if I don't have to.
Right.
Kinda need him if we're gonna ever want to upgrade our equipment.
Helena looks towards you. I didn't think you'd grow this soft, soul. Just at the mere moment of meeting new people.
I'm only thinking tactically, Elena. If we can't upgrade our equipment, we're only going to be facing harder and harder challenges on the way.
Very well. Well, I've already sent a party to look for her, so I guess we just have to wait for her. In the meantime, why don't you just go to a library or something?
Gonna have to do for now.
Yeah.
Might be slower, but without a Shani, you're a loss.
Alright. You see, Helena
Could?
begins to walk away without saying much else.
I'll only give Helena just a small nod and a goodbye.
Yep. She gives you a nod and walks away. Talius walks up. Well, if you don't mind, I think I'll accompany you to this library. I don't usually get much time up on the surface, so it'll be nice to let this old withered skin hit some sunlight.
That'd be great.
Your company is always welcome, John.
Very well. Celestine walks up to you. So, how does this new adventuring party fare? Are they strong?
They're more pig-headed than I thought.
Most of them
One of them-
are.
One of them in particular likes to solve things with his fists, more so than with his mind.
Yes. Well, I hope you don't mind, but I took the courtesy to inform the order of the types of individuals you'd be traveling with.
Doesn't matter at all to me.
Well, in specific, that you will be traveling with a lichen.
Yes, that is going to be quite difficult.
Yes. Needless to say, some were definitely not happy to see one of your standard reducing yourself to one of their level, so keep in mind appearances, as they're all that matter down here.
Indeed. It definitely pains me to be working with him as well, so feeling is very much mutual.
As they're talking, Delphine, as they're talking, you notice that none of them are paying attention to you at all. They're just focused on Soul entirely.
Notice.
Well,
Can I ask a question?
you see all three of them just look at you.
Okay, then I'm gonna pitch it down. Why do not like Deke so much, at least his race? If that's too much to ask. I just want to understand.
Alfarius speaks up. What is there to like? Not only is this individual of demon blood, he's also cursed with lycanthropy. How could one possibly stand to be next to a creature for any longer than a mere moment?
Well,
His very existence is a sin itself.
I come from a village where everyone is looked and seen as like equal. So the goal was just to understand. Is it against something that your religion is? That's why you don't like lycans?
See the three of them kind of look towards Soul. It's no
He
use.
is of demon blood. Not only that, his soul is also shared with that of a monster.
I don't think he's a monster. He could be ignorant, you know, hard-headed, but I feel like deep down he is just a gentle soul.
That is what his race wants you to think.
Well, until he betrays me, I will think that. But
Well, when he thinks to betray you, it'll be far too late. He will slit your throat in your sleep.
it is what it is. If it happens, it happens. Oh well.
Celestine speaks up. And when it happens, we will be there to deal with that beast on behalf of the Order.
Fair enough. Thank you.
We are here to protect humanoid and humans. It is our job, our duty for eternity. Anyway, I'll keep you no longer, Mother. I have some things to deal with.
Of course, remember what I taught you. Stay vigilant.
Always, Mother.
You see Celestine makes her way out, and Alfarius walks up to you. My brother, I will not question your methods or why you chose to walk amongst evil, but understand, should you ever need me, I will be at a behet's moment's notice.
Alfarius, brother, your assistance, if I ever need it, is always welcome.
Of course.
So,
It is not like I wanted this.
Yes, well, like Celestine said, we need to keep up appearances. He sheaths his sword in his shield, and he extends his arm towards you.
I shake it. I take his hand tightly.
Safe travels, brother.
To you too, sir. Or Omathas.
He then makes his leave, leaving just you and Talis. As kind of stands there, kind of rubbing his hands. Well, I guess let's go learn more about vampirism, eh?
Yes.
Indeed, gentlemen.
Very well.
Yes, we'll make our way. And I start to walk.
Very well. So, you guys make your way outside of the underground district and back towards the library. As you do, you start to hear a commotion coming from the gates. And at the gates, you see Deke and Kirkus. You see Deke is kind of being pincered by two of the order members that were guarding the gate, and they have their weapons drawn at him. Don't you move a foot, you filthy beast, or I will behead you where you stand.
Was this kind of like bouncing up and down the back there? No, there's no need to be rash.
As much as I would love to see this man's blood sprayed all over the pavement, he is in need.
The two guards look towards you, Soul. As you wish, sir. And they kind of reluctantly sheath their weapons and they go back to the post, still keeping eye contact with Deke.
Oh boy.
I don't get any of this right now. I heard Kirkus just tell me here that you guys were going to investigate some vampires, I believe, or something like that.
Yeah, I just was.
My lead has went to a dead end. Sister Shani is nowhere to be found, which is quite odd.
Do you own anything of hers on your person? Perhaps I can pick up a...
I don't think that is a good idea, Deke.
Deke, your kind is not very welcome in the order.
Alright.
And I don't think I could talk my way in there. At least I
Alright
like
then.
so.
I'll be going to the bar, the pub, and get a room to rest, and you guys can come to the bar.
We're on our way to the library, see if we can't find anything to help us cure vampires.
Yeah, Olaf has vampirism, by the way.
Out of character, DM, isn't the race and class of my character, shouldn't he have knowledge about it?
He shouldn't have knowledge about it, no.
Okay. Alright then, let's head to the library, get the information we need, and then take a long rest.
Alright, cool beans.
Sounds like a plan. Maybe I'll hold on to a book or two for a journey.
Very well.
Delphine, you were saying your friend Tobias, one of the left, he was the brains of your operation?
He was very knowledgeable about
Deke chortles on accident at the utterance of that sentence.
Okay, he was more knowledgeable with medicine and stuff, but
Shame, we could have used his brains now to help investigate this.
yeah, but I'm pretty sure if he has his spare time, I can send him a raven and send him a message saying something and explain everything. So when we head to the library, I probably would send a message to him. Do I even have this?
Can I roll an investigation check for Tobias while he's away?
Well, I'll say this, just, for shits and giggles, the raven would have to fly faster than a griffin carrying Tobias and Anami. So,
Well,
Which
of course,
would not-
it's gonna take a hot minute for him to get there.
It would
but
take a
it's
couple
still,
days.
like a shot, and then whatever I can't find, and he does, and I can still get that. I can still
sure,
get
yeah, you
some
can
idea.
you can send
Like,
it
like,
out.
it's-
It'll just take a while to come back
Of
to you.
course, I'm expecting it to take a while. See what he knows, so then I can, if whatever I find, I can, compare notes, and there's some science that we can do.
All right.
Science, bitch.
Yes.
So you guys make your way towards the library then.
I already missed my really high investigation.
Yeah, that's what you get. You switch characters. That's what happens.
Yep. I'm just an average Joe now.
It's okay, I'll carry it with my +1.
All right.
2. That's 3.
So you guys arrive at the library, and you see a familiar form standing at the front desk. You see the Earth Genasi,
Oh my goodness.
known as
Oh my
Leslie.
God. Leslie.
You see her picking her nose and thumbing it in various books, like one after the other. You see her pick her nose, put it in a book, and then put the book aside, and then pick up a new book.
She has such a way with words.
Deke, I don't think she said anything.
We're telepathically connected. We're in love, Quirkus.
So only give you a side-eye look.
Quirkus is gonna blink one eye at a time.
Very well.
Alright.
Let's just get to work.
You walk up to the front desk. Hello, I, Bookmaster. Bow down to Bookmaster.
To only raise the brow.
You need book, I help with book.
You have books on vampirism?
Vampires? What? Vamp what?
Vampires?
Vampires?
Sharp tooth.
Sure.
Beautiful.
Sharp tooth boys. Why no say that? Follow me.
Don't worry about her.
Expect you're now the new translator.
I'm glad that you were able to understand that.
You walk to the back to where you see a display case of books that are locked behind glass. You see her look around, see her raise a fist and immediately shatter the glass display case. Here you go. Sharp tooth man in book. Find him, tell him to leave. She then begins to walk back to the front desk. Alright, so if everyone's reading, you can roll collective investigations.
Alrighty, collective investigation, here it comes.
19.
17.
7.
So, Sol and Deke. Surprisingly, Deke picks up a book. And it's called the Midnight Terrors. Encyclopedia on all undead and nefarious creatures of the night. So, reading through this book, Deke, you find various informations on different creatures that have roamed around the outskirts of Omathas and have been dealt with by Commander Zion and his beast hunters. You come across the page about vampires. You mostly read about information that you already knew about vampires, of which how to kill them, and how they're made, and whatnot. You then go to the bottom of the page where it reads about cures for vampirism. And there's a handwritten note at the bottom. It says, while vampirism cannot be cured, it can be staved away. A mixture of holy water and the essence of the vampire which cursed the creature is necessary for staving its curse.
It says here we need to, at least if we want to stave off the curse, hold it at bay till we can find a permanent cure. We'll need to find some holy water, and then we'll need to find the bastard that made him this way in the first place.
Does it say what to do with this guy?
We'll have to take some of his blood. We'll need some of his blood to make a sort of concoction that will keep the virus at bay.
Unfortunately, the fellow that we need information on is unconscious. He's the only one that was ever close enough that could tell us.
There's some information brokers around here that could possibly tell us where there have been sightings of vampires.
There's a spell that I have. Is there any way that I can, I don't have this thing yet. At least maybe.
Hold on one second. I hand the book to Quercus, and I walk up to Lazuli.
Oh,
Okay.
I'll take this book.
You walk back up to Leslie.
You were saying you wanted the sharp-toothed man to go away. Have you seen someone like that around here, or on the outskirts of town?
Yeah, little man walking around library at night.
Would you be able to tell me what he looked like? I know he has the sharp teeth and he's a small man. But was he wearing anything strange?
He had no clothes on, just flopping around gibbly bits.
Jesus. And was there anything he might have left behind? Perhaps something he touched or interacted with?
No, just small red-haired man walking around.
He's talking about.
Wait a minute.
He's talking about Olaf.
Oh, thanks.
He's talking about Olaf.
I appreciate it, Leslie.
Uh-huh. 20 gold,
Did you see where
please.
he went in the library?
No, 20 gold, please.
Let's go, guys.
20 gold. For the book? Or...
For Lazuli detective skills.
Let's go, guys. Let's go.
Curtis is going to pan to the...
Well, I do have something I could offer you that's worth more than gold.
Platinum.
Oh,
Here
no.
goes.
Would that be enough for your interest in Les?
20 platinum.
Even better.
20 diamond.
No, this ink pen.
Oh my god.
And this isn't just any ordinary pen, Leslie. This was crafted by a master craftsman, okay? Anything you write down will stay permanently. It cannot be broken, and it will always refill itself.
Roll deception.
I cannot believe this.
With advantage?
No.
He's dumb.
She suddenly turns into fucking super smart. I don't care.
Actually, I'm calling you out on your BS.
So you rolled a 10, she rolled an 11, minus her intelligence score. So,
Wait, did it actually work?
with that,
Ooh!
Don't.
magic pen write checks.
Yes.
She snatches the pen for you. Deal.
This level, and I just start sprinting out.
Alright, you sprint out of the library.
I cannot believe that worked.
You guys
Where's
follow
this
suit.
He wants out.
Quirker's following alongside him. The worst part is, that pen is probably worth 20 gold considering the prices now.
Yeah. But you know me, Quirkus. I don't use the pen, I just use the ink.
Oh, I know.
You have another pen on you?
Just the one.
So, at this point, you guys exit the library, and you come across a familiar figure. You see Zalis standing outside the entrance, waiting for you guys. Ah! Fellowship of Fools. It's good to see you are well.
You know, the more that name is said, the more I feel weird about it being said.
Well, I suppose I will just call you fools then.
How about the fellowship?
The Fellowship of Fools. Very well.
Oh wait, no, that's probably copyrighted. Oh no.
Well, I thought you should know that we're about to begin the interrogation of Epine.
Quirker's dead hands. Oh. It's now.
Yes, we figured we might as well start as early as possible and not give her a chance to build up any false stories.
I can't go watch it. It's gonna hurt.
It kind of seemed like she refused to talk at all, and I don't think she has the intention to lie to you. What's the need to rush so quickly? I don't see any
Right.
need for by now.
About that. You see, the boss let us use the Amber Crow's hideout as a good interrogation. And, well, since it's out of view of the Queen or any of the other royal guards, Commander Zion, well, I think it might be best if you intervened as quickly as possible.
I'm on my way.
I'm going immediately.
Sprinting, max speed.
Right then, follow me. You guys immediately rush towards the Amber Crow's hideout. And as you make your way there, you're stopped at the church's interior. On the interior, you see Commander Zion speaking to... Oh, if I can pull it up. Speaking to the boss. And you see him yelling very loudly at the boss. You guys and Zalis both arrive.
Whoa,
So the commander looks back at you guys. Oh, well. I suppose you came to take care of my sloppy seconds then.
So you're saying it didn't work out well when you did it?
Well, I got the information I needed. Anything else that you could give me would be unimportant to me.
If you believe so.
You say this, and as you look at him, you see his knuckles are deep, like bruised and bloodied.
His lips are going slightly apart and he's going to glare.
Oh, Commander. I have no words. Can we see her now?
Do as you will. I am to report to the Queen anyway. It's up to the boss whether or not he wants you to see her. And he storms past you guys, shoving your shoulders.
Yes. Kip up, dog. Kip up.
As you say that, he stops at the exit.
Deep nasal inhale.
He turns around and starts walking towards you, Deke.
I take two steps forward to him as well.
As you do, you guys see Zalus and the boss step in between you two. Now, there's no need to just cause a scene in the church. Zalus puts his hand on the commander. Just report to the Queen. You'll have plenty of time to vent out your frustrations later.
Yes, perhaps on another woman.
You see him, the commander, you see fury begin to build up in his eyes. And you see he slowly opens up.
Will that be all, Commander? I believe your queen was requesting your presence as soon as possible.
You see him open up his palm, and in his palm you see this spiraling black void begin to form. And it begins to build up more and more. And you see suddenly there's a flash of light as this large greatsword appears from his palm. I'm sure she can wait until I've beheaded you.
And how will you explain that to your queen? That you killed her heroes that are to be at the gala?
Some heroes. You're not much of a hero from what I hear. You just seem like a violent dog who's off his leash.
It takes one to know one, doesn't it?
Oh, shit.
That it does, boy. That it does. See, he raises the sword in the air and swings it down at you. As he does, you see Zalus step in front and blocks it with the back of his hand.
Done it with protection as well.
Yeah, I was about to move in to block.
I'm gonna watch you all get beat up. It's just like, I can't do anything, guys.
Zalus,
You gotta support me.
you see blood begin to drip down his palm as he's holding the sword up. Commander, might I remind you the last time we trained? It didn't go so well for you. See, the commander scoffs at him. Damn you. Fine. Oh, Deke. You see him turn away. I do hope you'll be entering the Ascension trials. That'll be the perfect opportunity for me to wring your neck. He then walks out the door.
Take a deep sigh.
You see the boss turns.
Deke just had Quirkus on the back sometimes to tell him how you feel, buddy.
Sometimes I fear you're barking up the wrong tree at times.
I apologize, but it is my...
Or several trees. And weren't we here to talk to some
Yes.
Best get it back on track.
I agree. Shall we make our way then?
So you must be the infamous boss I've heard so much about. I turn to look at the boss.
See, as you look towards him, you see he's not there anymore. And then you suddenly feel something touch your shoulder from behind. Sol Bellator. The infamous warrior of the Order. I did not expect you to arrive in my domain.
I wasn't given much of a choice.
I'm sure you weren't. A loyal dog and all that. Well, I suppose you can be allowed entry into my domain. Just be sure to keep what you see to yourself. Is that clear? You see the grip on your shoulder begins to tighten, and you feel your armor begin to dent. I said, is that clear?
But of course.
Good. See, he lets go, and you see there's a very visible handprint in your shoulder pad. Well then, Zalus, I suppose you can take care of the rest. Oh, and you should know, I applied some first aid to Repine, so she's no longer in critical condition.
Is she still able to talk? Is she conscious?
Yes, she is, although she will need some rest soon, so whatever you need to talk about, I suggest you do it now.
You know where Jareth is?
Jareth, he's down there with her, actually. He's keeping watch.
Okay.
Alright, then let's make haste.
Very well. Well, I have some business to attend to, so I'll leave it to you. He then walks out the door. Well then, I guess we can get this started. Follow me.
Yes. The interrogation room.
Very well. So, with that, you guys make your way towards the Amber Crow's hideout. And going through the portal, you arrive at the mansion room. At the familiar fireplace, you see, sitting around, gotta get everybody. You see Mistress Sitar. You see Thelris. You see Maurice.
That looks like he got grenade shoulder pads.
Where's Jared?
One loose hit and you slowly.
Bakugo.
I was thinking the same thing.
You see Jareth. And where is it? There we go. You see beaten and bloodied, tied up in a wooden chair. You see Pine. And they're all just standing around her. And I think with that, we'll end this session here. Good note. We introduced a new person into the party, learned a bit more about the world, and got a couple new side quests to explore. So, with that, we'll call it there.
We've
So-
seen some great progress.
Yeah.
I want to give massive props to our DM because Daniel's models are great.
Yeah, they're pretty cool.
The orders armor was really good. Kept that color scheme on point. That was awesome. I really like those.
Had a lot of time to work on this shit. So,
He certainly did.
Oh yeah. But it looks great.
so, thanks for watching, and hopefully next episode will come a bit sooner than the others ones. So, with that, we'll catch you on the next one. Bye-bye.
See you guys.